Hello there, and welcome back to Tilted Table. We are super excited to... Oh my gosh. We're super excited to be playing Dialect tonight for the third time because we're obsessed in this awesome new location. Very lovely for our guests to also be our hosts. Yeah. We are down here with Devon and Spencer from Play the Bay, yes. Who actually introduced the stream to Dialect, the game. Yeah. That's so sweet. That's because of you guys. Nice. And they're going to play a spoopy game with us. So Devon and Spencer, tell us about Play the Bay. Tell us about you.
So Play the Bay is an analog gaming meetup here in the Bay Area. So right now we do board games Tuesday nights in the Castro in the city, starting at 6:30 p.m. So those are super casual. We played it at arcade bar called the Detour. Just fun, lots of social deduction games, lots of pointing and shouting and accusing and laughing. And then Thursday nights, first and third Thursdays, we play story games like this one and others at Victory Point Cafe in Berkeley.
Ooh, yeah.
Super fun.
Yeah, they're just events that are just an opportunity for people to be able to get to try games they heard about but haven't got to play.
Yep. Totally free, totally open to beginners and people who haven't tried these kinds of games before.
Which is pretty cool because at Victory Point, if I'm not mistaken, you usually have to pay to play their games.
Yeah. If you're going there to like just board game or like even if you're there doing like another RPG thing, you do have to pay their I think it's like a $5 flat fee or something like that. But if you come for our event, you can get in for free! For free!
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So it's very nice of them to waive that fee for us too. So we're super grateful for the people we partner with too.
Definitely. And the first time that I came to Story Games in Berkeley, I got to play this game with the designer, or one of the designers, who we later had on stream, but who you guys had already met at Gen Con, right? Yeah, so...
Yeah, Hakan...
They're super...
Yeah, the people who make this game...
tapped into the community.
Are super sweet. Hakan and Kate designed it together, husband and wife team, and we originally met Hakan at Gen Con, which is the big board game convention across the country in Indianapolis, and then ended up moving out to the Bay Area like a year after the fact and plugged in with him again, and so now he comes and runs Dialect and other games at the Thursday night events. So if you are in the area, you could have a chance to play this game with the people who actually made it, which is pretty cool.
It was actually amazing to have Dialect first experience for me. Being with Hakan was just it was that was definitely one of the best streams of the year. So I'm very excited about tonight.
Would you say everyone's first should be with Hakan?
Yes,
for everything,
unequivocally.
Yes.
Yes. Can we move the words from Spencer?
Oh yeah, off his crotch.
No, it's censorship.
That's where they're supposed to go.
Oh, yeah, it's censorship.
You do not want to see what's under that little text box.
Yeah,
it is not covered by those kids.
Yeah.
I wrote Spencer goes here, and then they changed it on me. Alright, so we were talking before you got here about how we're going to make this spoopy.
Exactly.
And as our game master, Spencer, you have the final call on this, but we had a lot of ideas.
I know.
What are we thinking?
I thought the best thing to do would be, there are a set of backdrops to use in the back of the book, and they're pretty versatile. All of them have a lot of ambiguity around them. So there's one that is the compound, which I think would be perfect for either a compound of witches. So the compound is a group that are isolating themselves for some reason from the rest of society and then develop their own dialect. Another one that I thought might be kind of fun is there is the Outpost, which would be maybe a little bit more slasher movie-y. So the Outpost is a group of people who are isolated because they've separated from, like, physically. But what if they encountered some monster or killer while they were there? Both in Dialect, you always kind of put your own spin on whatever kind of play set, whatever core background that you're going to do. So I really like the compound of witches or the Outpost either fighting some sort of monster or werewolf.
See, we were talking about witches, but we were thinking thieves' camp for witches, because if it was witches hiding in plain sight, which kind of the compound
or a compound under assault by zombies or something like that.
Yeah, that's another one we were thinking of.
We thought of.
Yeah, which I think would be like closer to the Outpost, where you're like separated from the rest of humanity.
Right.
Yeah, which is like Zombies, I think, would be perfect for that, and I am totally about doing that. I think it's a ton of opportunity to create, like, because we've seen it a lot with, like, Walking Dead and stuff like that, what people are going to call the zombies, but there's so much other stuff of, like, you know, they're not going to spend all day talking about zombies.
Yeah.
But it's still going to bleed into everything they talk about.
That's one of the things I like the most about The Walking Dead is that they were like, we're not going to call them zombies.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool to explore, like, this is a game about, like, how that language could evolve. It's kind of a neat thing with whatever context we choose.
Fart Bubbler DDS says, be children of the corn.
Play a compound and be the children.
We are the monsters.
Yeah. If we do witches, we can do that. Dialect does always lean into an ending where we will be overwhelmed. So if we are the witches that are bad guys that are going around and maybe like casting curses and stuff, we still get washed out. But
yeah.
I think that could be a fun thing to toy around with.
I want to be a witch.
You want to be a
witch? Okay. Do we think
cool with
thieves
that.
can't? Do we think like witches that live among society or witches that have separated themselves for some reason?
I'm cool with separated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit easier of a play, and you can get a little bit wilder with the language when you're allowed to mingle. When it's the thieves can't, you kind of you're trying to make half of your language the hiding.
Yeah.
Let's do the compound then, because we haven't actually played that playset before, anyways.
Cool. Yeah, we did the outpost like I think the first 3 games we played. Yeah, the playsets are super versatile, so playing one playset a dozen times doesn't really feel like anything.
Yep.
Or doesn't feel like you're playing the same one over and over.
Yeah, one of the cool things about this game is that each of the playsets the book comes with have multiple paths that the storyline can go down.
Yeah.
And every time you play, you set like a mood and you determine certain aspects of the story that you're sort of filling in the blanks. Not quite Mad Lib style, but that's a similar theory where it's kind of like there are things that you need to add to the setting to make the story that you're playing now. And that goes to a lot of the replayability. I think there's like 15 settings in the book. Plus, they've made more online and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's like there's a ton you can do before you ever have to think about writing your own, even.
Yeah, and I'm sure other people will continue. Yeah, that list online is only going to grow. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So we talked around it, but just to be explicit about it, Dialect is going to be a language where we'll talk about an isolated community starting to develop their own language into a dialect, and then inevitably that dialect will die before it gets to become a full-fledged language. So we've got that to look forward to. Yes. Spoiler alert, everyone dies.
Game about language and how it dies.
Yes.
Yep.
And
that's the tagline.
Yep.
She said the tagline
I
of the
said
game.
the tagline. Hey, everybody drink.
If you can say it in character, it's an extra point.
Ooh. Oh yeah, we got you a coaster but not a drink. Hope you enjoy it.
We can get you a drink though.
I'll steal one in a second. All right, so let's go ahead and start in. The first aspect is the wayward flock. What about who we are made the compound a necessity? So if we're all witches, I think the answer to that is obvious. Mm-hmm. Chelsea, do you want to go ahead and make that card for us so we can have that one?
Sure.
Yes. And also, for those of you who are watching, we're going to be writing a bunch of stuff on cards. Some of this stuff, especially the words, our amazing GM will be adding to a cool little drawing app that will make things show up on the stream so that you can read it. So you can actually delete the text that's there. You don't have to work with just that text box. You can use the whole green space and organize things however you want. But he'll be updating that as we go and reorganizing it so that you have the most relevant information you need for what's going on.
Perfect. All right, so that's kind of the first thing that's going to define our community. Our isolation. The next one is going to be more than walls. What special property about the compound keeps us secure? So it's not just a house that we are all in witches, but it has some special quality, and we've got a lot of breadth. Does anybody want to go into the hard magic that it's like a?
I mean, I feel like there's definitely a protection spell.
Yeah. I was thinking of like, can we think of like a protection spell that's like a little more interesting than something like they get turned back or we're invisible? Like, what are some cool plays on protection spells that we can think of?
So maybe people see the compound, but it looks like something else.
Oh my gosh. Can it be? I don't know if we're child-eating witches, but could it make?
I think we're eating some children.
Could it make our house look like a children's museum?
Absolutely.
Yes.
And the children come in.
Yeah.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah. Or a daycare.
Well, I think a daycare people would come into, like where they would just drop the children off.
We may or may not eat them.
Yeah. The problem is they'd come back for them. Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah. We did it the parents
Eat
too.
the baby. Thank you. Oh, look, it's
Yeah.
Dad.
So do we want the protection spell to be that they can come but they don't notice its real properties, or is it something that like makes them want to stay away? I guess is the question.
I think that's a good question because we don't really want a ton of people coming all the
Right.
time. It's like the protection spell, I'm sure would like
Make
work,
it look
but
spooky.
like,
All right, we're a children's museum, but our Yelp reviews are really
it's
bad.
bad. Yeah, ticket price is too high.
We're an
Poor
expensive.
customer service.
We're
1 star. We'll never
Protection
return.
from solicitors. Yeah, big pork chop.
What if
That's
there's
a good one.
always Jehovah's Witnesses and Mormons just on the porch waiting, and then anybody who would come up is like, I don't want to get into this.
I don't think I can vibe with that. I feel like that's not a place I'd want to live.
yeah we don't want to live there.
I like a really rundown children's
Yeah,
museum.
maybe it's like a
fun.
derelict children's
Yeah.
museum.
Ooh.
It looks
like any
spooky.
good parent would know not to bring their kid
Right?
there.
Yeah.
Summon a police officer to arrest for loitering. Spencer, do you know we got Dad in the chat? All the way from Louisville, Kentucky.
Ah,
Omnihard 91.
Man.
now that I've got his screen name, I'm gonna get him. All right.
I'm gonna get him. We're just doxing everybody.
Hell yeah. That's what I got on this stream for. Just to find more people to dox.
It's true. Okay, so are we writing that on the card? How are you putting that? How
yeah,
This was a
looks
mistake.
I would say like spell, or I'd probably just say like compound looks
Yeah.
like derelict
Protection
children's
spell.
museum or something like that, or protection spell derelict children's museum. I don't know. You don't have to write exactly what she
Oh
writes.
yeah,
either,
but I was hoping she would spell derelict for me.
Oh, DERELICT.
Yeah.
Boom.
Who's a big
Again?
pork chop?
That's fine.
Is a
What's
big
up, baked pork chop?
Is that a regular viewer? Do we know this person? Who are
We
you?
do now.
Identify yourself.
Or don't.
I am
Yeah,
a big
first
pork
thing,
chop.
first rule about Twitch is you have to tell us who you are.
That's true.
Yeah.
Hey guys. Hello. I mean, like, it's not really doxing if you ask someone what their first and last name and address are, and they just give it to you.
That's true.
That's just good business.
Okay,
And then we will ship you your prize.
so the third thing we're going to come up with, we've got two things. We are witches. That's why we had to make ourselves a compound, because people hunt and kill witches.
Okay.
The second thing is that we don't just have a building that's our compound. We have a magically disguised, it looks like this derelict children's museum out from the outside. So no one would pay any attention to it. Nobody wants to go up to it. The third thing, we can come up with anything we want. So we can make this something where we can double down on spookiness. Maybe we are witches and we also have to worry about werewolves or something like that. Or we can make it something off the wall. And honestly, some of my favorite dialect games have been something that we just thought was silly that became really cool.
Yeah.
Is there anything that anybody's already humming with, that they're already thinking about?
Is this just like a free aspect?
It's just a free third thing that will help like triangulate who we are.
Oh man.
So if it's another quality of like more about witches, that is all we are about.
Yeah.
But if we maybe also are all on a, co-ed junior varsity volleyball
Right.
league and we're really competitive about it, that will be something that some of our adventures will entangle
Yeah.
in, but we're not going to get to that space if we don't do something like that. Right now.
I've definitely found that
I like that.
it's best to have the three aspects have nothing to do with each other for the
Yeah,
most
cover
part.
more ground. Yeah, I like it.
We had a sport in our first game of Dialect, and it really gave the people something to like stand behind and rally for.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's something else that unites these witches? Because it's not something that a person in the compound knows. It's something about the compound writ large.
They
We could have a
run
Netflix
food
show.
blog.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Ooh.
Like a food vlog.
I like that a lot, actually, because
Yeah.
then
Show?
like the witch cauldron thing can come into play.
Oh,
with
yeah.
cooking.
Yeah.
Could
Oh.
be. Yeah.
I like maybe we run a cooking
A whole
channel
empire
where we
of
Like
stream.
a
cooking.
We stream on a cooking channel.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Are we
Twitch
streamers?
We're Twitch streamers.
IRL and in
We're,
game.
Yes.
we're food streamers.
Twitchception.
Oh, no.
Okay, we're cooking streamers.
We're cooking streamers.
Ooh, Big Pork Chop says, "How about witches who love to brew, like hard kombucha?"
Uh-huh.
And you're like,
Oh, I do
good.
like
Yeah,
that.
we
And
can
I
make
think-
that on our channel.
Yeah, we can still.
Yeah.
But like it gives a lot of opportunity to interact. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We're food streamers, basically.
Brew a porter.
Cooking streamers, yeah.
It is the season for porters, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe each of us has our own specialty. Like one of us.
Oh my gosh.
One of us does like alcohol, and the other one
yeah.
does like a type of cooking and
Oh, I like
baking
it,
or something
yeah.
like that. And we can all pick that for our characters when we establish it.
We've
Yeah.
just
I like
made a witch stream house.
Yeah.
This
We're a witch streamer house that looks like a children's
stream
museum.
IRL that's gonna be like super successful.
Yes.
All right.
So Halloween stream, anyone?
Brew porter.
Yeah. Brewing. Next thing we're going to do is community questions. So first one is going to be, where did we come from and how did we come to know one another? So this will be kind of, where did we isolate from? What were we part of a community of, and then we had to isolate into this compound?
So are you guys feeling like is this modern day? I guess it's some sort of modern day for
modern
like
day, yeah.
streaming or doing something like that. Is this our world just with like magic in it? And like there's just witches and people just don't know about it?
Or is the magic hidden?
Hidden?
Yeah. Or is it
Do people
like
know about
explicit
witches and they just deal
magic?
with it? What do you guys think?
I wouldn't want there to be any witches that we could find locally.
Okay.
Like, I don't want there to be a lot of help out there.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So secret. You guys think of?
I like the idea of like there could be a lot of supernatural stuff out there, but it's very much under the radar and not public doesn't know about it. So we maybe think we're the only witches, at least in the area.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are we afraid of what people will do if
I
they
think there
find
need
out
to
we're
be like
witches?
active witch hunters out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
If we needed to
Oh.
isolate down, there
Yeah.
have to be people hunting
Okay.
us. Yeah.
So there's like modern day witch hunters out there getting us. Do they have
Could
a
even-
channel? Are they streaming?
It's
They're YouTube gaming
Ooh,
streamers.
ugh.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Right.
it's actually Sam and Dean from Supernatural.
Oh no.
They don't stream, they just make gifts to
Yeah,
themselves.
hunters. There's hunters after us.
They have TikToks.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're all TikTok streams.
Yeah.
They would. Let's
They
be
would.
honest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So
Can we
where
write
did
this down or?
Yeah, we can put this down. They don't need to be explicit
Okay,
aspects,
alright,
but we can write it
alright.
down. But we'll all have a sense of it.
Okay.
So where did we come from? Let's nail it down to like a spot. So let's say we were in North Carolina, maybe?
Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville,
Kentucky.
Kentucky.
We've got some Louisville viewers. That's fun.
It's true.
Let's do
Yeah.
that.
There are also like
Okay.
at least three people in this
Yeah,
room who have spent
familiar
a
with
lot of time
Louisville.
in Louisville. So
And Chelsea knows Midwest, so that's
Yeah.
good enough.
Yeah,
nailed it.
yeah. All right, perfect. So we receded off from Louisville into the compound. What does the compound look like physically? We've already talked about. Why is maintaining it so difficult? So if the compound were easy to maintain, we probably would have done this a while ago. But
Right.
what makes it hard? Maybe it takes a lot of our magical energy to keep
Yeah,
the
that
illusion
protection
going.
spell.
Like
That's kinda
that.
what I was
That kind of a
thinking.
spell is a big thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that works really
Part of
well.
it.
Where do members of the compound spend private time? Are there communal spaces?
I think we're pretty communal people.
Yeah.
Like I have the feeling that we're all like several hundred years old and then kind of just like gotten over like having like
Yeah.
privacy and
Privacy.
that kind of stuff.
Basic streamer house, you know.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to not imagine that every witch has a tiny little bedroom that's like decorated to the extreme in their flavor. So like one bedroom is all pink,
Yeah.
and the next one is like black with like slime on the walls, and the next one is like all Egyptian themed or whatever.
But they're probably really small, like just enough room for a bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like you took like one room and made like three bed stalls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With their own doors, and then they're decorated. And it's basically
I
like
like that.
a bed with
I think
space
so,
to walk
too.
on each
Yeah.
side of
Yeah.
it.
And then most of our living space I would say is communal and
Yeah.
In the
outdoorsy
kitchen.
space.
Yeah.
I think we might have two kitchens. The
Yeah.
streaming
Studio
kitchen,
kitchen, yeah.
and like the
The
actual
real one.
The
cooking
dirty
Yeah.
ass kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
with all the frogs
Yeah.
in it and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I mean, frogs are like cats. When they come on stream, chat goes wild.
That's
so
true.
We
there's-
get all
we
the
have
bits
all
from-
these
yeah.
frogs.
Uh-huh.
We actually have animated cheer motes that are frogs hopping.
All of
and
our
that's-
emotes are frog themed.
Yeah.
Should have brought a frog for this witch game.
I
Yeah.
know.
For whom is life the hardest in the compound, and why?
Maybe like the younger witches?
Yeah, I think the younger ones are probably leaned on for like the tech support.
Yeah.
So they're like, "Oh, you're the millennials,
Right,
and
you
you're
figure
born
it out.
this millennium."
Yeah.
So
So it's hard for them because they have
20th
to-
Someone born in the
century.
20th
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can just fix the,
Yeah.
the Wi-Fi, right?
Yeah, the
Fix
older
the Wi-Fi.
the
Yeah.
older witch streamers just want to make content. They don't want to do any of the behind the scenes work.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like
They
that.
don't want to be producing.
I think it's also like a little bit flavor of like a sorority house where we do haze the younger witches a little
This is
Definitely
this is
a
turning into a
sorority
Scooby
house.
comedy, and I'm okay.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Well, we'll see where it goes next.
Yeah.
we're gonna be really serious once we get
Hey,
to the meat of it.
sorority is dark stuff, Jordan.
That's
We
right.
just watched horrifying
Documentary.
TV show. Yeah, documentary.
Oh, no,
about it.
really?
Spooky
Scream
Boys.
Queens.
Scream Queens,
So,
yeah.
I think I heard it.
It's actually really good.
Story. It's fun.
Yeah. Fun,
All right.
spooky show.
Who wields power here, and how do they maintain it? So, I'm envisioning 3 top witches that just are in charge, flat out.
Little council.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes
exactly.
sense.
The core coven.
Yeah. I like it.
The Coven
Everybody's
Three's a
like-
good number.
Yeah. All right.
Tiebreaker vote.
That seems pretty common in a lot of witch lore as well. There's usually 3
Yeah, 3
Yeah.
witches.
in charge.
When we all know that real witches meet in groups of 5 and 7.
Right. Cool. Oh yeah, they have to have their subordinates with them.
Yeah.
Terrace House. What's Terrace House? Big pork chops?
I think it's a show.
Is it?
Tell
Tell me more.
I gotta catch up on my trashy TV.
All right. Last thing we need to do for defining our compound is give it a name.
Ooh.
So what's going to be the name
Terrible
for
at
our
naming
coven?
things.
So maybe something evocative of like New England, like kind of in reference to Salem-y type stuff.
Ooh.
Maybe like the baba, you know?
Yeah.
Chat, you
It's
got
a reality
suggestions?
show like Big Brother,
but with
but
Japanese.
Japanese.
Oh,
Huh.
someone was showing me
Oh,
that
it's on
show.
Netflix. It was me showing it to you.
Wow.
I was there. And
Hey!
I didn't think it was very memorable.
Wow.
Kit!
21-month
Oh,
resub. Good.
Lord.
Holy crap. That's almost 2 years.
Yeah.
What the hell, Kit? Thank
you,
you.
Kit. Hit that
Thank you.
command.
That's right.
How are you? Actually, maybe
Amazing.
don't. It's kind of mean. It's
Wait,
fine.
What command?
I think the Kit command.
Oh, did we make a mean Kit command?
It's not mean. It's
I mean,
just
did you make a mean
sassy.
Kit command? Okay. No, I guess not.
Who's
Oh,
that?
who's that? Okay, you did make a mean Kit command.
Kit, we're trying to come up with a name for our witch streamer house where we are cooking streamers and
And it
we
looks like a
probably
children's
eat
museum.
children.
Yeah. We have a spell that makes our house look like a children's museum from the outside.
Yeah.
A derelict children's museum.
Yep.
Horrible place.
With the terrible side effect of making it smell like one on the inside.
What about just like the museum? Like whatever the name of the museum is. as a
Oh,
compound
okay.
name?
I see what you're saying.
Or like, there's probably a good synonym for a museum that sounds kind of spooky.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
I'm blanking. I might literally
like
have to
the
look
gallery or
this up. Yeah.
Collection,
strange.
cabinet of
Ephemera.
curiosities,
Ooh, yeah.
Let's see here.
cave of one. Well, no, yeah,
Menagerie.
The depository.
Little Genius House.
room of
Toilet
mysteries.
Cauldron. The Brew Collective.
The Brew Collective. I like that.
I kind of like the gallery.
Yeah.
That's a mall in Baltimore. I'm just thinking of a mall.
Jim Boro no.
Or the vault.
That's where Spencer works. How'd you know? Jim Boro no.
Oh
I'm chilling
no! Chilling
singing
and
at the moment.
singing. I hope you're singing along with the Monster Mash because that's happening in the background here.
I put down Brew Collective. I think it's
Collective.
great.
Yeah,
All right, let's do it.
I'm cool with
Okay.
it. Let's roll.
Yep.
Brew Collective.
All right. Next up is going to be creating our characters.
Woohoo!
So we'll take the archetypes. Do we already have them over here? No. Okay.
Nope.
Let me make sure that I've got.
Those have been minorly shuffled, but not really, so feel free to mix things up as you need.
Mocha, Menagerie of
Voice is what you're
Creative
looking for, I think.
Artisans.
Okay.
Ooh.
Is it what, 2 each?
Very fancy.
Yeah, we'll do 2 and then we can
It
choose.
is.
So what we're doing now is Spencer's going to give us some cards that give us 2 options for basically what type of character we are, and we're going to pick one and then use that to help
Thank you.
to guide the design of our character.
Okay, I'm definitely doing this one. And we write our name and our archetype on here,
Yeah,
and then pronouns. Anything else?
that'll get us there. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I will hand back the one I'm getting rid of. Sure, even though it was really good.
Ooh.
I really wanted to use that one.
Yeah, it's a good one. Though, to be fair, You start looking through them, and it's not
They're
a lot
all
of
good,
days.
yeah.
Name.
I know. There was this really cool thing that I saw on the internet at one point, and it was like I haven't been able to re-find it. If anyone in chat can find this, I will be forever in your debt. But it was like an age distribution graph
Like name
of
popularity.
exactly of name
Nice.
popularity.
Oh, and it was like
so yeah,
shifting
it
through
took
time?
like census data, and it could show like if your name is Edith, there's like a 60% chance that you're 65 or older, and a 40% chance you are 10 or younger, and like 1% in between. That sort of thing, because old names are coming back into style.
Right.
So like if your name is Jessica, you were probably born in the 80s, that sort of thing.
Nice.
That would be a cool one to be able to dive into.
Yeah. So you could like guess really accurately from certain names how old someone is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, doing it in reverse like that. I was thinking like look at somebody, guess their age, and try and get the name.
I like that too.
I have to think of a name for this character.
Yeah, I know.
Who
That's
are
the tough
you
part.
and what you be like?
And what?
I said, who are you and what you be like?
Who are
Yeah.
you? What you be?
Help if you want. You can put up to the chat. You can have chat name you.
Yeah,
Ooh,
could
yeah.
have chat name you.
I like Devon's idea. I wrote mine the wrong direction. We'll do it this way.
Jessica's had some sticking power, yeah. But
Jessica's and Ashley's.
place names have definitely been like the beginning of the 2000s.
Yeah. New.
Brooklyn.
Lots of boys named after cities in Texas.
Yep. Austin.
Oh man.
Houston, Dallas,
Yep. Fort Worth. Big one.
Oh,
Big
yeah.
one right there.
or Scissors, Texas, which is a real place. Have you guys ever just like zoomed in on the map of Texas
Yes.
and
Yes,
like
yes, I have. I have a follower
Some interesting
who
towns.
a sub who I sent something to once because they won a giveaway, and they're from one of those really cool, or the town next to them. I like Googled the address to get their zip code right.
Yeah.
And the town next to them has a really cool name.
What
I
was
can't remember it. It was like 4 words. It was like cut and run or something like that.
Yeah, that sounds
yeah,
about right.
one of those.
Good. I like Frogna, which is not good enough to be like better than like Scissors or Cut and Run, but I just really like it. Is that called
Frognot.
a town called Frog? Nope, sure isn't. It's Frogna.
Frognot.
All right, Devon.
It's
which
like
role?
an astronaut, but a frog.
Oh, you guys are still getting Devon, what role did you choose?
I chose the artist. So the artist is the isolation has a certain charm to it, thanks to you. You keep us going when things look their darkest. People talk to you about your masterpiece. And just so you guys know, I identify with 2 of the aspects, and one of them is my muse.
Ooh.
Very serious.
All right. Which do you want to tell us? Which of these aspects is your muse? The cooking streams, the fact that we're witches, or the compound?
Compound spell.
The compound spell. Yeah, I need to change that.
I think it's just for witches. I think that's my muse.
Okay. I am Beatrice, the Scrounger. Oh, what's your name?
Oh, my name is V.
V.
Yes, I am a male witch. I use
Okay.
he, him pronouns, and I am very beautiful.
Very
but I
cool.
am not a warlock or a wizard. I'm a male witch. Okay. And I will correct people.
Good.
Nice.
Yeah.
I am Beatrice. My pronouns are she, her, and I am the Scrounger. Something's in short supply around here, and it's Ethernet cables. We rely on you to provide whatever scraps of it we can get.
Nice.
People talk to you about getting what they need. You identify with 2 of the aspects. One of the aspects is causing the scarcity. I think it's the cooking stream is causing a scarcity of bandwidth. And I also identify with the Derelict Children's Museum thing because I like creepy old magic and weird places.
All right.
Nice.
Very cool.
All right. I am Rowley, healer. Very old to the point of not caring about gender as a construct, so they, them.
Yeah, makes sense.
And I am a healer. When we hurt, we come to you. You make sure we're ready to serve the isolation for another day. People talk to you about their pain. And I identify with two of the aspects, and the third aspect is the cause of our pain. And I'm going to say that the cause of our pain is the protection spell because it is taking too much effort to maintain it these days.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right. And I'm going to be playing our leader. I am a paragon of what it means to be in the isolation. We come to you when we need decision or action. People talk to you about what to do next. You identify with all of the aspects. You draw your power from one. I'm going to lean hard into the witches. I am Hogarth, which is a he, him. And Hogarth is part of the council of lead witches, and he is like the one who is not interested in any of the the streaming is great. It's great to get our names out there, and it's great to be hidden. But we gotta dive into being witches. We gotta focus on learning more magic and being stronger as witches, and that's the real path forward. All right.
I feel like maybe Hogarth and Rowley are both in the trio at the top, but very opposite viewpoints at times because I'm very much like the healer and non-aggressive. Yeah, definitely. You're a much needed check to my leadership style. All right, cool. So let's start off our first age. So this is kind of at the beginning of our isolation. I'm going to go ahead and deal out these cards to everybody, and then we will take our first turn. Boom!
I have a clarifying question. Do we want, as our stream, are we witches on stream, or are we just chefs and brewers?
I'm not sure.
I think we need to hide our witchy nature.
Okay. So we're spooky.
Yeah.
People are like, man, those people are witches, but jokingly they think that. Okay, cool.
And maybe anytime it comes up, we kind of act like it's a thematic thing.
Yeah.
Like maybe the name of our stream, which we haven't named yet, and it'll probably come up. But maybe it has something to do with thematically being witches, but they think it's just like a fun, spoopy thing that is like good content.
Kitchen witches.
But actually,
it's probably trademarked. Don't say that again.
Oh yeah.
Someone's gonna get fined.
All right. So everybody has been dealt a hand of cards. Devon, do you want to go first?
Sure.
So Devon will choose one of her cards, and each card is kind of a concept, a language concept that she will start to make. We will collectively make a new word for. So she'll choose one of the generic words in her hand, and then she will choose to attach it to one of the aspects. So let's see.
So I think I'm gonna do a unit of time. And so this is just a word for a unit of time, which I think is going to be important to us as witches, or as streaming witches, especially because we need to be on stream at certain times. We probably have to keep to a schedule. So I think that's a word that would come up a lot in conversation. Okay. So I'm going to attach that to the cooking streamers aspect and try to brainstorm like a good word for like a unit of time.
Yeah. A unit of time that has to do with being cooking streamers.
Yeah. Or anything.
I also like a boil.
Oh, that's good.
It's like basically like the amount of time it takes water to boil.
I like that too, because like witches boils, like
face
and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. I like this.
So like generically, how long do we think a boil is?
I was just thinking
a long time or a little time?
I was thinking like literally the amount of time it takes water to boil.
Okay, so the actual boiling time. Yeah, that's not too long. Pretty short amount.
It's like I'll see you in a boil.
Okay.
Type of thing.
I like it. So like minute, but like non-specific.
Yeah, like a couple minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
Fast.
Let's do it.
Longer if you're watching it.
Yeah. So not definitely like closer to like 15 minutes, but like maybe sometimes an hour.
Yeah.
Like one task long.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool.
Flexible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like if you're really focused on waiting for the thing to happen, it appears to take longer, and that's the concept.
All right.
Very cool.
So now that we have played a card, we made a connection, we build a word, and now the player whose turn it is should pick a subset of players at the table, and they'll have a conversation where we will kind of model the use of this word and how it works in real conversation.
I just want to point out, in case you two can't read this, but Spencer just changed our aspect to be cook on Twitch with a capital W. That's amazing.
If he puts any more puns on there, don't tell me.
Chat, let us know if any of the text is too small for you, and he can fix it.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably fine. I just let us know if anything is not readable, and we can fix it.
Make it so big.
Yeah.
Make it take up the whole screen.
That's right.
You're only gonna see the words. That's what the game's about. The words.
It's true.
Okay,
It's all
so
about the words.
your character also appears on stream as well as like doing the nuts and bolts behind it, right? Or no?
I would imagine so.
Okay.
Maybe more like light cooking, like mixology or cereal.
Okay.
Or you could be like someone else's sous chef on their segment.
Yeah, I'm probably the one running around.
Are you
behind
the
them.
sous chef?
Maybe like a gossipy like cocktail hour sort of thing where we make a cocktail and like gossip a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's do
All that hot goss.
Yeah, let's do a scene surrounding that.
Okay.
That sounds good. to
What's
me.
our prompt?
Um
Or your prompt, rather, for the two of you?
just do we have a prompt besides just using the word?
I
I think there's usually one at the, on the
Oh,
card at
right.
the bottom.
Oh, where'd it go? Oh, a plan is made. There we go. That's right. Oh, that's perfect because that's actually what I was going to do anyway. So that
Nailed it.
Nice.
you will see the plan as the scene unfolds. Okay. Hey, Beatrice.
Yeah, V.
We gotta go on in like 10 boils. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah. Just let me
I mean, this
set
doesn't.
everything up and...
I'm not trying to be rude, but this doesn't look ready at all, and I thought that was kind of
V,
what you did.
I said I got it, alright? If all of you witches could just get out of my hair and use the other
I feel like
kitchen...
you're using that word like as a derogatory thing.
You know, that's not what I mean. It's just the kids these days. They love saying that. Don't worry about it. All right, just if you could ask everyone else to scoot their boots, then I will have this ready in a boil.
Okay, well, I just want to let you know that it's really important that we're actually on time for once today, because after this stream, I want to start my new makeup stream. And I think it would be best if we can just tag it right on after the cocktail hour. And we've already got the viewers. People are already loose and excited from the cocktail. And then I'll just put some makeup on your face and it'll be great.
But wait, V,
Feels like
V, you're the pretty one.
perfect-
I'm not.
Well, right, which is like, why would I put makeup on me?
Oh boy.
You know what I mean? You get what I'm...
Yeah,
what I'm
I
saying?
think that's a perfect place to end it. Yeah.
Oh boy. And scene.
Also, I feel personally attacked about the timing comments.
That was amazing.
Okay, so after finishing your turn, you get to draw a card that you will hold in your hand from age 2.
Sweet.
Yeah. Don't worry, Spencer. It's a meme by how late we start streams sometimes, so it's fine. You're not the only one.
It's both. I'm calling everyone out.
Yeah. Calling everyone
Acerbic
out.
feels called out as a viewer.
Yeah.
All right, Chels.
All right.
How will you grow?
I've got an expletive.
Ooh, yeah.
nice.
Get that out in the game early.
And I'm gonna put it on. So an expletive, our expletive choice, a word said in fury or frustration. Some may find it distasteful. I'm gonna put it on witches. So I think it's the most core to our being. I don't know. I don't have an idea. I just wanted to be able to swear.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Um,
I feel like the Inquisition is our go-to enemy.
yeah.
Could be, or it could be the witch hunters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that'd be like a really good insult word. Like
It's
if you
hard to
called
make
someone
a
witch
punchy
hunter.
witch hunter word.
I think you just make it out.
Hunter?
Yeah.
Like that.
Wunter.
Oh.
What if it was...
Hunt?
Oh.
No. Oh.
It could also be like
boy.
hex.
Yeah.
Like hex you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Webcam tuner is gonna hear that one wrong.
Hunt. Hunt.
That's got it.
Is it getting
Did it
it?
get
Yeah,
it?
I got it. Hunt.
Yeah.
Alright,
You
fine.
hunt.
Oh, hunty.
Kind of like hunt.
Hunt you.
Hunt you. Sounds slurry.
Yeah, it does.
You hunt.
Yeah, exactly. You hunt. You hunt.
I feel feels good in my mouth. Feel already like
This is already hunting
It
ridiculous.
feels bad in my mouth, which I think is a good
Just
sign
kind of
for a
that's
where
swear
right.
word.
expletives are trying to land.
Yeah, I think this is a bad word.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Hi, Lunchbox.
That's my familiar.
Oh, no.
If he's anybody, he's
You see a little fluffy tail? There he is. There's our stream cat.
Yeah.
There's our stream
Yeah.
cat. Can we get cats in chat?
In addition to frogs,
cats in
we
chat.
we have
Cats in
many
chat.
we have
Cats
many
in
cat
chat.
emotes on our
Nice.
cooking
I'm
stream.
sure.
Do you have a lunchbox? Do we have a lunchbox?
lunchbox
emote.
Guilty's got some cat emotes.
Oh, I've got some cats.
She's got cats.
I got
Let's
some
sit
cats.
down. Are we
Here's
finalizing
his friend Herbert.
hunt?
I like hunt.
Yeah, we're gonna do hunt.
Hunt as an expletive.
Is that Herbert for real?
It is Herbert for real.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't he handsome?
So handsome. Where's Maggie?
He's so handsome. You know, I don't have that many emote
wow.
slots. Oh.
That's just
Everybody
like
sub to Guilty Cosplay. Can we get a shout out for Guilty Cosplay?
Can we get a shout out for Guilty Cosplay so she can put her other cat on her emotes?
Yeah.
Um,
She needs more emotes.
Yeah, well,
Oh, you're such a good boy. All right,
hunt.
Hunt.
that's
Our
it.
expletive. And then a scene.
Yeah, let us.
So the
hear
scene
that
is
prompt.
supposed to be a moment we'll later regret.
Mm.
I'm gonna call out Rowley and Hogarth to give us a moment we'll later regret.
Okay.
All right. All right. Rally's the healer, so I'm trying to think of like what would be a good thing that we would be arguing about.
Right.
I think that so I'm just gonna dive into it now.
Yeah.
Very good. I don't care how hard he was working or how careful he was. Little Hunt like that pulls a stunt again, and we're gonna have to kick him out. And that's gonna be bad for all of us.
Look, I don't hunting care what you need. We need to take care of people. People need their rest.
Okay, people need their rest, but a lapse like that could get this whole coven caught by the witch hunters. And then it's not just a little Hunt like some brat witch who can't keep themselves straight when they should be walking to and from. Now we've got a real problem that we're going to have to address and maybe have to abandon for.
Look, I know the spell is a problem. I know it's been weak at times. I know that some of the toys have been disappearing from the windows. But look, I'm telling you, if you just give people a boil to collect themselves, and then they can get back out there and get to keeping the spell up.
Yeah, but Rowley, if they're taking that boil out of the compound, if they're walking outside and trying to and I understand it. Like, I feel the pull of nature too, and I don't like being cooped up any more than they do. That's not them taking a boil to rest. That's them choosing to rest outside. It wouldn't be a problem if he had done it inside. Or it wouldn't be as much of a problem. I'd still be pissed. Yeah, no, I know. I mean, you're right. We can't actually kick him out. Like, I want to. But no, I mean, you're right. I said that out of anger.
All right, look. I'll have V talk to him.
Okay.
Make sure that he understands that there are some rules.
Is he going to listen to V more than us?
I don't know. I think the young ones they see us sometimes as an authority to rebel against. And yes, we have to put them in their place. But in this instance, I think maybe a different pair of gloves is appropriate.
Yeah. Well,
We'll
this is
see.
why I'm always glad to have you to talk me down, really. Thank you for that.
Well, we'll see if V can keep the little Hunt under control.
I like how freely Rowley curses as the There you go, Chelsea.
God damn
for
right.
Chelsea.
Thank you.
Yep.
You're God hunting right.
Well, I mean, you're a doctor, so
Yeah.
that tracks.
I'm like Bones.
Hey!
I'm basically Bones the Witch.
Thank you for
Acerbic
those
Slide.
beardies, Acerbic. You must have watched a lot of ads for us. We appreciate it.
Also, hello,
Hello,
Cha
Dangler.
Dangler. 5 thou W.
Quite the name.
Didn't work
Wow.
like you thought it did.
Oh no. Well, you tried to serve it.
You tried.
All right.
All right.
What are you gonna do
Jordan.
over there, Rowley?
Can that be the next word?
Yeah.
Right?
Cat noise.
Now let me see.
Rowley.
We've disturbed the lunchbox.
Oh. Look at the bear cat over there. Has she been out of that box like all night?
I think she walked past once.
Alright. She's claiming
She
her
was
territory.
very comfy. Yeah.
All right. Because it just seems so appropriate, I'm going to go with technology. A vital tool for the isolation. It may be something from the outside world or that we've developed ourselves. And I'm going to explain my thoughts here and kind of leave it up to the group. I'm thinking either there is an obvious play into tying this into the spell aspect, especially because the prompt is technology gone wrong. But it is also a good tie-in to the cooking stream, which is very technology-based, and we could be having problems with the stream. So I welcome thoughts that could tie it to either aspect.
So I think the cooking stream already has a lot of technology into it. If we do that, I would want it to be something unique and new.
Right.
You know, something that doesn't exist in a typical stream.
Yeah, it could be witchy influenced tech.
I
But-
like
I like
it
the
on
spell thing.
on the protection
Yeah.
spell. Cause
Yeah,
it's
but I like
I think we need more definition around the spell.
Because it's
Yeah.
like, I like it too because it's like kind of that intersection of tech and magic. 'Cause
Right.
it's like,
Maybe there is
Magic
like
is
some
tech and tech is
actual
magic.
tech that we've worked into the spell that helps
Yeah.
power it.
And technology in that sense doesn't have to be electronic. Like,
Right.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, let's do that one.
So we're going to do a word for technology that ties to the spell aspect.
Well, so I think finding a word for this.
Thank you, Chutch Dingler, 5000W. Thank you.
Woohoo.
Nice.
This is our fireside
Put that
chat
away.
studio.
Also,
Yeah,
credit
this
to
is
our
super
roommates,
nice.
Iris and Charlie.
Yep.
There's a
Yeah.
group in Devon.
Chelsea gets half credit for this couch. She helped us to
server
acquire
couch.
it.
Planes, trains, and automobiles to get this couch to this apartment.
A survey helped. I
Chelsea
just
facilitated.
convinced you to
was a 12-man
go eat
team
noodles
effort.
after.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
I'm thinking that knowing how these spell functions would help us figure out what we want to
Make the word.
make the word.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
We've
so
already determined that it's something that like is
it's-
exhausting.
It's something that's exhausting. Maybe it's like a set of runes that have to be recharged through like
Ooh.
meditation or like something less traditional. Maybe there's like bugs in the code and the witch hunters are like trying to break through our firewall.
Recumbent
Nice.
pikes.
Sorry, ride.
They're just sitting down there generating witch energy. Like Kimmy Schmidt with the crank.
You really don't even feel it. It's such an ergonomic position.
Yeah.
Hey, Tanoon! The hat is so in season. Hey.
Oh, thank you.
You've got a
Yeah.
Rally, you got a fan over there.
I
Someone's
didn't,
calling you a honey and a fedora.
Guilty told me that I had to get in a costume for tonight. I didn't
did.
quite do that,
I
but
got a raider.
What?
Hardcore games!
Games!
Welcome to the stream, everyone. We
Thank you for the raid.
are in our spoopy playthrough of Dialect with our very good friends and special guests, Devon and Spencer from Play the Bay.
Play the Bay.
And
Can someone hit the command guest?
Yes. Can we get a underscore guest? Also,
Exclamation point.
Kit, if you're exclamation point guest. Kit, if you're around, can we get a shout out for Heartboard Games? This is
I'll
a
give Kit a
storytelling game where we create words that are meaningful within our small isolated community, and we role play out different scenes using those words, and the language will evolve over time. But yeah, no, I wore this shirt for tonight because it's super spoopy, and I actually helped design it.
Nice.
So
Nice.
yeah, the concept was mine. It was for a shirt design competition where the theme was almost. And so the concept that I came up with was a person being chased by a bunch of thirsty vampires down an alleyway,
Oh,
and they
gosh.
get him as he almost gets to the end of the alleyway where daylight is starting to come through, so he's still in the shadows. And so I found an artist to design a shirt based on that concept,
Nice.
and this is it.
Very
So
cool.
I figured this is almost in costume. It's at
That's
least
true.
thematic.
Let's go.
Yeah, Dangler, roleplay.
Roleplay stuff. Role-playing.
Yeah, so we are witches in a compound which is protected by a spell that makes it look like a derelict children's museum, and we're also cooking streamers. So yeah, our stream is called Cook on Twitch.
Is there So for this technology
Possibly
word that we're
kitchen
trying to come up with,
Yeah.
could there be something related specifically to a children's museum that is tied into powering the spell in order to allow that spell to work?
So let me throw this out there. What if witch hunters are always going to be able to see through magic? That's something they've already had to figure out. So maybe the technology is a non-magical aspect that we have to do to keep the charade for the witch hunters. Like they are hunting for some place that's witchily, like magically obscured, but when you see through the magic, you can tell what it is. And so maybe like we literally have witches out there who are having to constantly like actually keep up the physical facade through some means.
Maybe we have like like some sort of like hologram projection that makes it look like something but it's not as good as the spell, so we still upkeep the spell.
Oh, so it's like going on in the background. It's our backup.
Yeah,
but we're using it more.
Yeah,
now.
like maybe we're projecting something on the outside of the building to make it look like something else.
Yeah.
If the hunters come across it. Maybe the word technology could have to do with like projection or something like that.
I like that. So it's like projection, like tech projection, but also like as in a spell.
Yeah.
projections. Yeah, it kind of works for both.
Yeah.
Astral projection.
It's like, yeah, like astral projection.
We got you hard board games. No worries.
So maybe just project. But we could use that.
Projection. Ooh. Projection.
Projection.
Project.
It doesn't have to be an actual
Right.
word.
Ooh, ject
true.
is also like object.
Yeah.
Ject.
Subject as a
I
word
like
for
it,
Ject, like JECT. Ject.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, let's do it.
Is that a word for
That is a word for
in
technology in
Just
general,
technology?
yep.
Okay.
And then we can conjugate it in weird ways for stuff.
Or I think
Like
it's
steal that for the
it's
stream,
technology that we're using to supplement our magic.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's what eject is.
Yeah, so it's like magic adjacent technology.
Is it ject or gect?
Oh gosh.
Wow.
Ugh. I mean, you don't say giraffe.
I do now.
It's true. He said it over and over earlier today.
Yeah.
Just ceaselessly with no reason.
Yeah. Ject. Alright. Ject. Ject.
Ject.
I object.
All right, calm down, Ace Attorney.
Technology.
And what does the card say as to prompt? It's a technology gone wrong.
Yes.
Ooh.
So I think we are going to have a scene between Beatrice and Hogarth around something going wrong with the non-spell backup technology that protects it, which could then tie into the scene that Hogarth and I just had about people not doing their duties and stuff like that. So we can build on the previous scene a little bit.
All right,
Yeah.
sounds good.
All right. So Beatrice, I don't want to be rude because I know you didn't
Hogarth.
promise this to me, but kind of everybody said that you had it covered. And like now we're coming in and like I don't feel good about having some ject protect us anyway. I don't want to fall back on that,
Yup.
But that's the situation that we are in, and now I come to find that we once again don't have the supplies to keep everything going. Aren't you the mistress of chords? Like,
Hogarth, I've told you this a million times, I need an increased budget for our bandwidth, okay? Our Wi-Fi is just not cutting it, and if we have people streaming constantly and V on his YouTube beauty video benders and Rowley on whatever plant forums they're always talking on, it just isn't enough. And I've been telling everyone this, and it's like they don't understand. And I've been looking everywhere for all this.
As soon as you start talking about bandwidth, I don't know anything that you're talking about.
Give me
Bandwidth isn't a
more
real
money.
thing. You want more? What do you want me to do? Go sell some of our children? They don't buy them anymore. That's not how the world works anymore. If you want,
I don't know, Hogarth. Make some flank steaks. Figure it out. All I can tell you is that the last time I had the Comcast guy out here, I hexed him with everything I had, and it still only bumped us 50 megabits.
All right, listen here, Johan. Because walking around like this and talking like you're the one in charge of everything is not the way we run a coven.
I'm the only one that can fix the jet, am I not?
Fine. All right, fine. You got 2 boils. I'm coming back and I want to see a solution. I don't care who gets slapped to do it.
Fade to black.
All
So
right.
sassy.
That got spicy, yeah.
Yeah.
How old is B for the record?
Sorry.
I think
Here's
at
another.
least 112.
Yeah,
I got it.
Like she's still old, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just young by our terms.
And I'm actually younger. Okay. Last up.
He gave me a second one.
Hey,
That one can be yours.
Hamlet 4. What up, Littell?
Yeah. Yeah, Hogarth is the leader out of, like, raw magical power.
Yeah, that's what I've gathered. Nobody thinks.
Yeah. Rally's probably the oldest, which is why they're the healer. But not necessarily the most powerful because power fades with age.
Ooh. Maybe.
Ooh, oh, I like that.
So it's
Yeah.
I'm wise,
young.
but
Yeah.
I'm on the
Ooh,
down.
you're on the
I'm not the
precipice.
weakest, but I'm like
You got Alzheimer's, Grandpa.
Yeah.
So
Grand.
I have
Grandparent.
3.
Grandparent. Yeah.
I have 3 that I'm trying to decide between, and I would love a vote from anybody.
Yeah.
So
Grand
2 that are just always great is an honorific and a greeting. I
Yeah.
think they're
Ooh.
really, really nice and tie everything together.
Yeah.
But I also have the word for worry, and I feel like 90% of witch lives are stress right now in this game. So I feel like that would be a word we would get like a
Yeah.
ton of use about.
I like worry and honorific because
I like
honorific sounds really good for like having like the argument that you just
You just
had
like to
and
use
stuff
it
like that.
sassily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with honorific, but I'm going to tie it to our cooking stream.
Ooh,
So
nice.
I want an honorific, but I don't want it to be an honorific related. We already have our witch structure.
Yeah.
I want an honorific that we use as a society that comes from the fact that we stream on Twitch.
Yes, chef.
Remember?
No, chef.
Chef. Yes, it is chef. It is chef.
Is it just chef? Because I think that's great.
Yeah.
Can we do a little witch spin on it?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, so what are our normal witchy honorifics, and can we go from there to chef and find it?
Yeah.
What if
So,
instead of head chef, it's hex chef?
Or head
Yeah.
chef.
Ooh, head chef. I like head
Hedge witch.
chef.
It's a hedge
That's
witch,
it.
it's not
But head
very
chef is a
high,
little
though.
bit of a tongue twister to say.
Yeah.
Head chef.
I think chef was really good.
Yeah.
You can just stick with that.
Cool.
Alright.
Yeah.
We can make chef the honorific, and if we want to pair other words with it contextually,
Ooh,
we
yeah.
can.
Yeah, you can guess it out.
Will you
Right.
write that up?
Master Chef.
Right.
I am just excited for the potential to use our honorific sarcastically.
Yes.
And turn it into our expletive.
Yes, chef. No, chef.
Chef.
Ooh, head
Hunt
chef?
over
I
here.
think you meant hunt chef.
Whoa!
Oh!
Yeah, Chef Hunt over there.
Yeah. All right. And the prompt for a scene to be able to hear this word is standing up to authority. Which I think is actually going to be a scene between. I think it's going to be a scene between V and Beatrice, and I don't know who's going to be the authority in there to stand up to. I mean, I
Depends
kinda
on the
have no idea.
context.
Yeah, I'll let you guys flow and find that.
Okay.
And then he says, if it's not fixing 2 boils, I'll have your head, you hunt.
Why are you letting him get to you? You know that console is just like, I mean, it's not real power. We just kind of let them think they're in charge.
Well, I mean, it's all well and good for you to say that, Chef, but me, I just fix the internet and clean up and get makeup put on my face, apparently.
Well, stand up for yourself and stop letting people take advantage of you, except for the last part, because BMV's Makeup Hour is doing really well on YouTube right now.
You're right. The tie-in with Riverdale is really selling it for us.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know why they gave us that promo.
I don't know either. You just name anything B&V these days and they eat it up. Yep.
But, I don't know.
I don't know, V. I'm not a chef like you.
Why not? I mean, anyone can be a chef around here if they want to be. You're definitely the chef of Ject. No one knows that stuff as well as you do.
That stuff is going to be the death of me.
Why? What's wrong with it now?
I don't know. I think it's just changing times. People are, they're getting too clever for us. They're looking for deep fakes everywhere. We gotta evolve.
Perfect moment to transition into our transition. First, I'll read the transition prompt. This is the next stage. After everybody takes a turn each age, so we're going to go through a couple of ages. After every age, we're going to go through a transition. So our first transition, we'll have to choose a pathway. An event to foreshadow the end of the isolation. It finds its way into all conversation and is impossible to ignore. So we have two options. We had no choice. The compound would have collapsed without their help. We let an outsider in. And I'll read the rest of that if we choose that. The other is the outside world has changed. It was dangerous before, but it looks to be far worse now.
The first thing that comes to mind for me is we let the Comcast guy in, which it's already been established.
So it has to be somebody that we let into our community.
Oh, into the community.
We're either diluting our community or the outside pressure is getting bigger.
Let's let him in. Let's get him in here and fix this internet,
But
man.
We could take an intern.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
From the local college.
Are we going to try to pretend
information
to not
systems
be witches in front of them?
Ooh.
I mean, I think we're
like
doing
an intern for the cooking show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And to work on the.
They're not allowed on the second floor, but it's going to mess with our glamour. It's going to make things difficult. I like both options.
So I can focus all my attention on the Ject, and they can do the tech for the show.
Yeah, maybe it's like someone from the local culinary school.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Bringing them into
just because they're a millennial, we assume that they are
so
Gen
it's
Z,
not
or we
a
just
person
they
that will
know
name.
how to do
It's
it.
a group.
Oh.
So in another context, this could be like another isolated group that we've given shelter after their compound got destroyed.
Oh, okay.
It could be a group of interns.
Well, yeah, it could be like interns. I think interns works really well. Like, really, honestly, I think interns works really well.
What was the other path option?
So it's either we let someone in or the outside world is getting harsher. So maybe we hear about witches being hunted actively. We hear about some witches who were caught, 2 states over. So... I think both of them are good. I think dialing up the outside is going to give us more of the same flavor we have now. It's not a dish I don't want to eat. But if we have the interns in, it gives us kind of a new thing to play off of. So if we want to go dark, let's do outside world. Yeah. If we want to do farce, let's go with interns.
I like dark, personally.
We're going
to...
I mean, I'm in favor of making it more spoopy. But I could go either way, so...
So to read the rest of the prompt,
mild vote.
The outside world has changed. It was dangerous before, but it looks to be far worse now. We smell ash in the air and hear planes overhead at night. There are whispers that war is brewing. How do we pull further into our isolation? Are we all down for that? Let the outside world get dark? Or is anybody going to stand up for a nice farcical romp with fun interns and a hiding?
Yeah.
It could be that maybe other covens that we knew of in nearby towns are disappearing, and they're sort of disappearing in a line down the road toward us. So it's over the last week or two, the farther ones have gone dark, and now we're not hearing from any of them, even from the next town over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah,
so they're basically they're imminently here.
And moreover than that, let's say that like we have like familiars and stuff that are in and around town, and like some of them have gone missing too. Like as locally as like people who know where we are specifically. Yeah.
Not my familiar.
Yeah, not my familiar. Please.
Lunchbox, where are you? Oh, look, Bearcat moved.
Oh, no.
Also, petition to rename YouTube to BooTube.
Oh gosh.
Perfect.
We have
Definitely-
BooTube and Witch.tv.
Yep.
All right, now we will evolve an aspect, decide on one of the aspects that has changed as a response to the transition. Move an unchanged aspect into the upcoming age of the tableau. All right, so we're going to change one of our aspects. So either the fact that we're witches will evolve, which it could totally evolve, and now we can't be 4 witches. We have to be something less in response to this. Cooking streams. Anybody have an idea for how that would evolve in response to that?
I mean, we would have to stream less. Like someone.
We wouldn't be able to go out and get groceries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like,
we'd be
the
like
higher
literally
ups
locked
would
down.
be like, we
Shutting
can't-
it down.
Yeah, we can't do a stream when people are hunting witches.
And the last one would be our compound protecting spell.
Which,
could change.
like, that could definitely
Yeah.
increase the threat level if something happened to the spell.
Oh, so well, so
Or if we like decide to up the spell
Ooh, yeah.
power, like change
yeah,
what
the
it's
spell, the
looking
outside world
like.
has changed, and now
Yeah.
we will respond by changing one of these.
Yeah.
We're going to decide to do something different rather than something happening.
I was going to say, like, what if we, building on some of the scenes that we had, like, what if we tried to boost the spell and we basically, like, overloaded it, and so now we're relying only on the mundane one. And so we're down to just the Ject
Okay,
protecting us.
so I'm gonna. I love that idea.
So we're like literally decorating our house like a children's museum, like it's freaking
Yeah.
Halloween.
Yeah. We're all down for that? Mm-hmm. All right. I'm going to change that magical spell to hiding in plain sight.
Yeah, like it's like mundane decorations now, but yeah, hiding in plain sight is a good one. Yeah,
So sad.
because that's great. Because probably the hunters we thought maybe would be fooled by what we had, but like regular people who know nothing about magic probably saw our like poor attempt at disguising it now without a spell, and they're like, "This is dumb," and they see right through it because they're familiar with technology.
Right.
Whereas the hunters are looking for magical looking things.
Oh, yeah, that's an interesting move. Yeah, I think that'll play out in about 10 different great ways.
Yeah.
So, Chelsea, Devon started off the round last time. Do you want to start us off this time?
I can.
And if you don't have one that sings to you yet, you can totally hold on to it for a minute.
I've got Bad Omen. I'm gonna put that on the hiding in plain sight.
All right. Bad omen.
A symbol for our dread. We've always had worries about the future, but this thing anchors it to reality. When we say this word, we feel how fragile the isolation really is.
What about a visitor?
Ooh.
Now that we're out in plain sight, like there are a certain number of people who are just coming up. Would you say that?
Comcast. Which
Comcast
honestly,
is-
I already feel with dread when I hear that in real
It's
life.
true. What
Yeah.
about missionaries?
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
that's good.
Yeah, because
That's
we
like-
haven't had
people are
somebody
ringing our
naturally
doorbell,
knock on
yeah.
our door. And so it's just kind of a sign of things are falling apart.
I like it.
Missionaries. Yeah, that's so good.
That's a missionary.
All right.
It was a bad omen.
All
We're
right.
putting that under hiding in plain sight.
Yes. And our prompt on there is a bad omen only some acknowledge.
Ooh.
Some say maybe someone rings the bell and has to have a conversation. Let's see. Let's say Can we pull in an outsider?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Could I ask Raleigh to be part of this scene?
Sure.
And whoever wants to be an outsider.
Just Rowley and an outsider?
Maybe Raleigh and
Because we need,
Hogarth.
yeah, we
an
need
outsider.
somebody else for
Yeah.
them to
Alright.
use the
Raleigh,
language.
Hogarth.
Yeah,
and-
because our
do you wanna
outsider
be
would
the
probably
missionary.
Okay.
and
Yeah.
he'd probably leave fairly early in the scene.
So what's the prompt
to
again?
give us space to.
A bad omen, only some acknowledge.
Okay.
Okay.
So we have like a short scene with the outsider, and then it plays
Yeah,
out after
yeah.
we like shut the door. Okay.
Yeah.
Ding dong. Ding dong. Ding dong.
Hello.
Hello. Do you have a few minutes to learn about
Tell
the
him
good
to go
word?
away.
Do you have a few minutes to learn about the
Open a window.
good word of our Lord and Savior Jesus
No!
Christ? Excuse me.
Go away? What's the polite way to tell them to go away? We're going to hurt you.
You know, don't worry about my friend. We're already believers, but thank you.
Oh, would you like to have a conversation about your faith?
Not right now. No.
All right,
Maybe I
let
can
me
get your phone
help
number
with
for later.
this.
Smash!
All right. I don't like it.
They seem nice.
Do they? I told them to go away. The window's still open. I told them to go away, and they were on our step. They don't know that it's ours. This is, like, I know the kids are saying it, but this is literally a missionary.
Look.
This missionary is a true missionary.
Look, chef, they only wanted a boil.
Yeah, for now, but they're going to come back. They know that we're here now. I mean, this is like the third one we've had this week. I'm not comfortable with the normal humans coming up like this.
I mean, times change.
Obviously.
We have to roll with the punches. We had to be prepared. We knew that the spell would fail eventually.
I'm a powerful warlock, and I didn't immolate them. I feel like I was incredibly patient and kind. I know that Beatrice is out there working on the Jex. She's doing great. It'll come together, but really, like, them coming to the door is not what I'm worried about. It's a true missionary. Like, now that we're exposed, it's just going to be more. And how long until one of them comes that's maybe heard a little bit from some hunt out there, you know, and now they're a little hunt and they see this and they see something and they smell something, they see all the frogs, they pick up a
Look,
sign.
I think you're blowing this out of hunting proportion. It's not that bad. We just have to be prepared. We have to keep our interactions to a minimum. Only give them a few boils at a time. And we have to make sure that everyone understands how to give the right image for who we are so that no one is suspicious. But we need to be careful because the coven down the road.
We don't need to. I know.
I
don't want.
I don't know what happened.
We don't want to say too much here. Thanks, Chef. Thanks, Chef.
Chef.
Thanks, Chef, for calming me down. You're right. I need to not yell at them so much. That's going to be what they remember.
Exactly.
Well, now I'm pissed off at me. Hunt.
Just take a boil.
Shackles and cuffs.
I love it.
Hogarth is always mad.
I love it. Now I'm mad at me.
Right.
Aggro boy.
So we're trapped in and we're getting overworked. And I think that that's the perfect time for somebody to indulge in a little bit of vice. And I think the indulgence is going to be connected to we are witches. We are powerful beings and we could go kind of bananas. It would ultimately end bad for us once we got caught. But I think there's going to be some witchy vice that some people are going to start engaging in and we're going to get a word for.
I might have a card to go before that.
Oh,
Maybe.
sorry, was it you next?
Yes.
Oh, my bad.
I mean, I don't care what order we go in, but I think I have a card that goes well.
Do you want to go first or second in that case?
No, I can go before yours.
Yeah,
I think mine will change it in a way that will make yours interesting. So I have evolve. Mm-hmm. So as pressure builds, we change in ways big and small. As we change, so does our language. Uh-oh. Make a connection, play on an aspect in the current age, and choose a word from previous age. Move the word to the new aspect and explain how the word has changed meaning because of this aspect. Mm. So what I am thinking is that after this scene, we've established that people have started coming up to the house more because the spell failed. I am thinking that we maybe do something like we sort of try and become like a cooking demo place where like people are going to come up to us anyways, so like why don't we use the front kitchen area to do like cooking demos, and we would move ject from hiding in plain sight to cooking stream. So ject would be a word that refers to like cooking equipment or something like that, and that would also up the intensity a little bit, because now we're basically accepting that people are going to find us, but we're trying to control the narrative by welcoming them in under those specific parameters to help try and continue hiding.
Yeah. So the jects are kind of like, it will still have a very similar meaning. It'll still be a technology to help us hide, but instead of it being projectors and stuff outside that just literally hide us, it's now stuff that we can use at any moment to cover up what we do.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like people get too nosy down the hallway, and we're like,
excuse me, that's where we store the green screens.
Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh no, that's just a projection. We don't. Yeah, like the ghosts aren't real.
Yeah.
Let me.
I like it.
That's so good.
And the prompt is the tides of change pull on us. And I think we should have. We haven't had a scene. We haven't had a scene between V and Hogarth, have we?
I don't think so.
I think this is a great time for one.
Cool.
Because V seems to be one of our premier on-screen talents.
He is
now
the face of the
possibly in-person talent, as we're welcoming people into our studio front. And Hogarth obviously has issues.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
The tides of change pull on us.
Can you make it quick? I've only got a couple of boils.
Oh wait, sorry, I was typing. I want to make sure I'm right on the scene that we're coming to soon.
Yeah. So basically, we know people are showing up to the house, so we're basically opening that front room, kitchen, studio space to do like cooking demos. The prompt is the tides of change pull on us.
Okay, cool. There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Can you make it quick? I've only got a couple of boils.
Yeah, I think it'll be very quick. I don't know why you're being so rushed about it. We've got time.
Make camera ready.
We can ready. I get it. All right, chef. Come on,
Don't
chef.
talk to me like I'm just some young hunt walking around here.
I think I'm talking to you appropriately. I'm trying to be. I'm just not comfortable with you just bringing them in and saying, "Oh, I've got these jecks that I can use if anything goes wrong." Like you're still inviting mortals into our house. And
That's the world we live in now, and the sooner that you accept that, the sooner that we can all be harmonious.
it wasn't the world we lived in until you decided that you would send out the invitations without asking your actual coven.
That was not my sole decision. Don't try to pin that all on me.
Oh, all right. So you had a couple of hunts who were willing to go along with it. That doesn't mean that we voted.
Well, is that what we are around here? A democracy now? When
No!
has that never been the case in the past?
When it was when it was the leaders making the decision.
I see. So when you guys vote, that's okay. But when the rest
I
of
thought
us...
you only had a couple of boils.
Well, okay, fine.
I hope you've got a jet ready for when I throw a spider in your hair.
I hope you've got a jack ready for when I hex you later tonight.
Good luck with that.
All right.
All right.
Nice.
We really need to be careful with coughing and saying that because everybody's going to.
Someone's gonna pop on the screen.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's
All right.
all right, as long as web captioner hears us correctly.
Web Captioner has come up with some weird stuff that we definitely didn't say in the past.
Web captioner always thinks that acerbic is cervix.
Yeah. Except this
Yeah.
time it got it right.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
When I try to call it out,
Change his name to cervix now.
he
Yeah, it actually
probably
got-
should change his name
A
to
cervix
cervix.
is.
Cervix.
Yeah.
Slight.
So I think now your card gives us
Yes.
even more interesting stuff to do.
Yeah, I see exactly what you're saying. So that's what it would be. So it's a vice, an indulgence, a weakness, a salve. A vice shared by some in the isolation spreads. What is it called, and what are its consequences?
Boo-too!
So I wanted to be tagged with an evolution of our witchy nature.
Or witches.
Yeah, witchiness.
Yeah, a witchy indulgence.
Okay, so maybe like hexing mortals for fun, that sort of vice.
Ooh.
Could be that.
Yeah.
Which drugs?
I was
drugs,
thinking
which
like
drugs.
somebody's hexing some of the like drinks that we're making our guests when they're in the home, and then it's like drugging them in weird ways, and a lot of the younger witches are like really
So
having
they're-
fun with that.
Are they like doing it to just like
no.
exert power, to just like feel powerful over these people?
I can see that.
Fancies.
Like
I think
we've
that
been
is.
very isolated, right? So like
Yeah.
we haven't had a lot of contact with humans. The older witches have had contact with humans,
They've had
probably
that.
bad.
I'm done.
Right, and they're done. The younger witches probably have had very little contact with humans until
I don't
now.
know. I feel like I'd prefer it to be something that's self-directed instead of like
Yeah. I can see that.
creepy,
Yeah.
like
Dig-
drugging your drinks sort of
Yeah.
thing.
Okay.
There is a connotation with drugging the drinks.
That's true. That's not.
What do
Yeah.
you think about drugs that the witches are doing?
I like
So,
that.
Do you like
I like
that?
that.
I think it's
I like
lame if it's
bathtub
just a
hooch.
drug that
Yeah.
gets them high, though. Like,
Yeah.
I want it to
Yeah.
have an interesting witchy effect.
Mm-hmm.
It could be like magic high.
It could
What was
be
that?
like transfiguration.
Ooh, I know.
Like,
Ooh.
I was gonna say like using up too much of your magic and like an adrenaline rush
Ooh.
from that, but then you're like just like super weak for the rest of the day, and you can't use magic when you actually need to.
I was thinking, what if some of the younger witches were experimenting with spells that would make them look like some of the humans that were coming by the house?
Oh no.
Oh,
And maybe there's
that
some
way
bad
they can
side
go out
effects.
into the community.
Right, yeah.
The side effect is the risk of getting caught.
Yeah,
Because somebody could
having
see
it like wear
two-
off or something like
Yeah.
that.
If there's
Um,
two Steve Miller bands, we know one of them's fake.
And maybe it feels really good to do this transfiguration for some reason,
Mm-hmm.
so that it becomes like almost addicting to like want to try and make yourself look like.
I think it can feel good enough just being able to get out of the house and walk
Yeah,
around.
that's
with it.
true. Yeah,
True.
The other idea I have is something where they're either doing like dark magic or like something with like evil spirits. And it's like kind of fun and maybe it invigorates them, but it's got the inherent risk of like
I like that a
Yeah,
lot because
I like
then
that
there's the potential for them to like hang around the house and like, you know, the spirits could like
Yeah.
pop out when guests are here
Yeah.
and like, you know, not wear off necessarily.
Devin, you have a vote between disguising yourself
Yeah.
as a human and summoning evil spirits?
maybe our house is next to a cemetery and we're like summoning the dead people from the cemetery.
Ooh.
Chat, can we get a vote on
That could have some real interesting consequences if they were dead people that formerly
Family
lived in
members?
that town.
Oh boy. Yep.
That could go some weird
Let's
places.
do that. Let's do the summoning.
summoning spirits?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're summoning spirits. They're doing it because like these spirits are able to kind of like it invigorates their magical powers to do something like this, but it has the risk of the ghost hanging around and all this other stuff. What's the word?
Ooh,
What was the actual?
is vice?
Vice. Oh, it's
Yeah, so this is the vice they're engaging in.
Okay.
Deading. I don't know.
I mean, I think
rising,
summoning works.
raising.
Ooh,
Raising.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Anybody got anything
Stop
else?
raising.
Yeah.
That's good.
You're raising too much. That's
That's
raising.
raisin.
You're too much of a raisin.
I'm gonna.
Rally's a raisin at this point in your life.
Rowley is
Just
a raisin.
all wrinkly.
Yeah, they are. They definitely are.
Rally the raisin.
Rowley the
Oh,
raisin.
poor Rally.
Oh, Rowley and their plant sites.
Right.
Aw.
You know what they're doing on those
Oh,
plant
yeah.
sites.
Looking up healing herbs, obviously.
Uh-huh. Hot young sproutlings in your area.
That's probably a real thing that Rally's searched, not knowing how the internet works.
Oh.
Is there
Dead
an
people
old
in
people
my
Facebook of our witches coven?
Yeah. Which book?
Yep.
Young witches pretending to be boomer witches.
This scene is sweet relief, all too brief.
Sweet relief.
I think this is
All
going to
too
be
brief.
a scene between V and Rowley.
Sweet relief, all too brief.
Sweet
Okay.
relief, all too brief.
Sweet relief. All too brief.
V, I've got to talk to you about this whole raising thing.
Let the kids do what they want.
I'm a little worried, to be honest. I don't think it's healthy.
Okay.
I mean, I know it feels good. I know you get a little boost from it, and I know that, you know, it's after being locked up in here with each other for so long, it's a new, you know, source of dialogue, but I think that, you know, it's not going to be good in the long term. I think that people are going to drain themselves too much if they keep doing this, and there's a lot of inherent risk.
Your age is showing, Raleigh. I mean, think of all the casting that we did back in the day. That certainly was not healthy, but it was fun.
Okay, yes, but that was a long boil ago.
Right. But for some of these witches, like, that is the boil of their life right now. Like, that is where they are.
I don't know. I just feel like if they keep raising, that's just going to be... It's just going to turn into missionaries, and I
think that's a bit of a stretch. I mean, these are just... They're dead spirits. They're evil spirits. We commune with them all the time. Like, I don't...
Sure, but not... Like, we've had 10 times as many raisings in the last week as we've had in the previous 10 years. There's got to be consequences of that, and somebody's going to get hunt and hurt.
I mean, the natural consequence of it is they're going to get bored by next week, and it will stop.
Yeah.
If you try to outrule it, you know how they're going to react.
And if I don't,
They're gonna
then
get
somebody's going to see something, and it's going to get out of control. They need to listen to their chefs.
Well, sometimes they think they're their own chefs.
That's the hunting problem.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
All right. Perfect. Dev, you want to bring us home?
Oh,
One last word?
my.
Let's see. Words. Words.
Oh.
Oh, did he do the flip thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I love the flip thing.
Okay, so let's do.
It's like,
let's
why
do
did
a
you not
special
start rubbing my belly?
occasion.
I flipped for you.
Let's bring a holiday into this.
Ooh.
Let's do a spooky Halloween.
Oh, also, can I get another card?
Oh,
Definitely spoopy Halloween.
And I don't know if... Did you get a card, too?
Yeah, you
No,
have
I
a
was just going to get
new
them all.
charm.
Card for a guilty.
Celebrated
Card for a guilty.
event.
Thank you.
It's either particular to the isolation or we have a unique way of recognizing it. So I think it's Halloween, which isn't
Definitely.
unique to us, but we have a unique way of recognizing it. So how does our streamy witchy community celebrate Halloween?
And do we have a different name for it? Is
I think
Halloween
so.
the mortal name?
Absolutely.
So, what is our name for it other than the obvious one?
I don't know.
And which aspect are you tying it to?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm
I
grabbing this.
think we're witches.
Okay.
So I think it's gonna be a witchy version of Halloween. Oh, he's so sweet. God, look at that cat!
Just staring up at you.
He's
That
darling.
cat, all you can see is the head.
Oh no.
That's all there is on him.
Yep, just a head.
Just a little
Just
furry
an
head.
adorable
ears.
head.
So sweet.
So cute.
Pause for cat
He's
pic.
so cute.
So what's a good word? What's another word for like hallow?
Holy.
Yeah, that's true. With those feet. And that's enough.
That was a good boy.
Yeah.
I was thinking
Hang
like
around for a good boy.
maybe something a little better than this, but something like Hex Day or something.
Yeah, that's fun.
Ooh.
I played
Like
a
maybe it's a day where we actually let loose a little bit, which could be really bad given the last scene.
Yeah.
I played a game of BFF, which is another storytelling game where you play small child girl best friends, doing girl best friend sorts of things.
Oh my god, that's
And I
amazing.
played this with an actual small child girl.
Oh my god.
And within the game, and the game has no mechanics for this, by the way, she made up a holiday called Dark Day and decided we were all going to celebrate Dark Day. And
Oh
we
gosh.
just rolled with it, and that was part of our game. So
That's a good name.
maybe
I like Dark Day.
Dark Day?
Yeah. There was a cake, but we were putting leaves in the cake, and we had to dress up like crows. This
Ooh.
holiday had a lot of themes. A lot of themes coming up out of nowhere.
Yes. I like Dark Day.
So let's at least do Dark Day in name, but
Yeah.
maybe not the crows and the leaves.
Yeah, we'll figure out the rest
I
of
don't
it.
know. I like the crows, but yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to think
And you
about
do
the
have to
leaf
go to
cake.
people's houses and scare them and say,
Nice. Alright, somebody want to write that up who has cards?
They're hiding under Hogarth's name tag.
wow,
Hogarth is the keeper of the cards.
It's true.
Spencer with that link to BFF, just
Boom.
like that. From my account.
What do you know?
Rigged.
BFF
Rigged.
is also a great game from a group of people
Oh,
out in
the
Olympia,
Deernicorn
Washington. How did the
people.
Deernicorn?
There's your special
We're
occasion.
Instagram friendos.
Oh, nice. They
I
make
think because of the con.
yeah.
Alright.
They make that and Fall of Magic and some other cool storytelling games.
Cool.
Okay, the time has come. So I feel like V is probably super into Dark Day. It's a day where there can be like a lot of costuming and makeup and fun stuff. V, are you into Dark Day?
Of course, her costume makeup buddy.
Are we all into Dark Day? How do Rowley and Hogarth feel about Dark Day?
I mean,
I love it.
I feel like Rowley's probably like, yeah, I was there when we invented Dark Day.
Okay.
I kind of worry at how Hogarth celebrates Dark Day.
Yeah.
be
Hogarth's
honest.
Dark Day is maybe a little different than other people's Dark Day.
Let's do a scene with everyone then. Let's see how everyone's kind of celebrating
All right.
Dark Day. Did someone write that up for me? Thank you.
Yeah. What's
So
the
let's
prompt?
start. The time has come. So
Oh.
let's start with you and I banging some pots and pans. Rally!
What?
It's Dark Day.
It's Dark Day!
Yeah.
24-hour stream-a-thon for Dark Day!
You know Dark Day comes
stream-a-thon,
around every
Dark Day,
year, right?
stream-a-thon.
Sometimes more than once a year if you're lucky.
I've got 22 gallons of blood.
Hell yes.
Almost all of it is from humans,
Nice.
with just a little bit of elk.
Ooh.
Should be the perfect mix.
He's joking, chat. You know we're live. This is a 24-hour stream for Dark Day.
I'm not going to worry about what they hear today. Let the hunts come. We'll send the missionaries away as we will. Today is Dark Day.
Yes!
Oh,
I am
fine.
here for it.
Sharpen your knives, sharpen your teeth. Tonight, these hunts are gonna hunt. Dark Day.
At least,
Dark Day.
does anybody have any like cool new Jack for Dark Day? Like, is it just gonna be the same old thing as the last 100 years?
Wow. First
Wow.
of all, rude.
Wow.
Second of all,
Second of all, we have a brand new chatbot integration for Dark Day. Whenever anyone says dark, a whole bunch of frogs rain.
yes.
Woo! From the frame.
Dark,
I see the frogs.
I don't.
And we have the new frog emote.
It's okay.
That is my
Lilith.
familiar.
It's
Wait,
true.
hold on.
We
I'm sorry.
are pushing to unlock V's familiar emote. So, with only 50 more sub points, we will have what's your frog name again?
Hobart.
Hobart the Frog.
I hate that it's named that. It's not going to be an issue
It's
today.
not after you.
Where are the frogs raining from? This spell's not doing anything. I see no.
Sorry.
So,
I-
don't
let me
worry
fix
about
it.
it. Don't worry about it.
All right, try it again.
Dark.
There. See?
Yes.
I know, we're
The
gonna get that
special effects.
It's green.
What is an overflow? What do you call it?
Yep, definitely that.
Yeah.
Dark Day.
Anyway, keep watching the rest of the day.
Yeah. Just
23 more hours of this.
Dark
Yeah.
Day.
You guys are still streaming.
Yo, well, you have to.
we're
Day.
gonna be going for boils and boils and boils. Just let them
Dark
do their
Day.
thing.
All right. I'm not. Yes. Let's.
It's like Shark Week,
I'm
but
gonna
all
take
in
my
one
blood and
day.
go.
Dark
I'll
Day.
see you later,
Save
Hogarth.
some of the blood. Save some of the blood.
All right, guys. Hogarth is gonna go off and do his thing, but we got so much planned for you. We got showers of blood.
Hell yeah.
We've got buckets of frogs. We've got the traditional leaf cake baking. Ooh, yeah, don't worry.
Special Dark Day cocktail.
Dark Day cocktails. And we've got Jackbox games with subs at 9 p.m. So, stick with us for Dark Day! Yay!
All
I
right.
love it. That was great.
And Dark Day is the perfect time to discuss the transition to our third age.
Woohoo!
All right.
We also
So-
didn't really talk about the threat that much.
Was the threat part of that? Yeah, I think it's just a holiday. I think
Yeah.
we'll see the threat in the
Yeah.
lanes.
Yeah.
It's like a moment of
transition.
reprieve.
We forgot the whole comes up in every conversation part.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The whole our demise is imminent.
You did it.
Yeah.
We didn't.
Well,
We're having fun. It's gonna hit
one
us
of
in the next
our aspects is the cause of our pain, and it's the spell, and it's failed. So basically, yeah, this is
The
playing
pain
out
has
the way
gone
it should.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Because Dark Day!
All right. So what was foreshadowed has come to pass. The end of the isolation is near, and there is no escaping it.
Ooh.
So I think there were witch hunters that were zeroing in on us. Now they are here. They're in town. They're actively hunting us. We're all down on that.
yeah,
We've seen signs. Our scrying shows us that they're nearby, and we're scrambling to stay hidden. A schism is... So here are our two options. Either a schism is formed. A group insists on letting more outsiders... Or I think... Yeah. So we can either bring in more outsiders, or the fight has come to us. When the smoke and rubble were cleared, the final count was 10.
So I think we could have a schism of bringing in outsiders, but the outsiders could still be witches. Because if there was another coven that was attacked, we
the
could,
survivors.
harbor, those survivors, and some people would be like, no, we can't take anyone in right now, like, we're too weak.
Right.
But the other people would be like, oh, we gotta
They'll
take
make
care
us
of our
stronger,
people.
and we gotta
we'll
help
make us
them.
stronger.
I like that.
I also like being decimated.
Yeah.
I feel also true.
I don't know that we have more than 10 people in our
I was
coven.
thinking we
Yeah.
had 30 to 60.
Really?
Is what I was picturing.
I feel like
in my
I
head.
know 5
I was
of them.
thinking
There
like
was like a whole-
13.
All right.
Like
So if we're feeling that,
a
let's
nice
do the
round
more
baked
witches.
with
Yeah.
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 Like, I feel like I know everyone in the coven very well. Too well. Too familiar.
Because it's a streamer house.
It is.
Yeah, we only have 2 bathrooms.
Ugh.
I mean, Raleigh just conjures their own bathroom. Like they don't use the same bathroom as everyone
I don't
else.
conjure a bathroom, I just go. The world is my bathroom.
This is my least favorite.
What am
Harry
I
Potter
cooking
fanfic.
with, V?
Oh, crap. Okay. So we're bringing in more witches that will evolve one of our central aspects. I don't think it's going to involve the we are witches. I don't think it's going to involve the hiding in plain sight.
I feel like the other witches are not cooking
They are
streamers.
not.
Yeah.
Very much not cooking
They're like,
streamers.
what are you doing?
We're
They're
unique.
very confused and affronted by this.
What's the name for when somebody has just a personal vlog as a stream? Like, does it change to that? Or is it just like, because I don't want it to go away. I don't want us to
Yeah.
give it up.
Like
But
hosts?
what does it become instead?
I mean,
Is
we
it
could be
everybody
vlogging? We're kind of sad.
sad vlogging?
I mean, there could be like a house-wide mandate that live video is no longer a thing.
Yeah,
So
it could be
everything
the
has to
streaming
be
part
edited.
ends, but we keep the like public cooking demo part, which was introduced in the last stage.
Yeah.
So like we're still cooking a lot,
Or like
we're
making
still-
YouTube videos.
Yeah.
That sort of
but
thing.
no live stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe because the other covens were saying too many things on live stream, and it was increasing the danger, and so we.
I think it's unlikely that
that's
they say
totally
shit on
fair.
live stream. Like, I think the only reason we're not caught is because witch hunters don't look on Twitch.
Right.
Please.
Yeah.
But
I see you.
But yeah, I also think that like if they came in, they would be totally uncool with it. They would
Yeah,
not be comfortable
yeah.
at all.
And so it'd be like we'd have to pre-record and edit, and
Yeah.
maybe
So we
they
go
were
for
even
the-
more concerned about it. They'd heard about us, and they were
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"It's a shock you haven't been caught yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like,
This
del-
needs to end."
delay? Like,
Not just a
it's
delay.
not
We
live,
go
it's
from
on
like
delay.
Yeah.
No,
like-
like the word.
Oh, the word.
oh no, we're not making a word. We're just changing the aspect.
Right. We're just doing the
okay.
aspect
You're
right
right,
now.
we're right. Never mind.
Yeah, we're just.
So let's go from cooking stream
YouTubers.
to cooking.
Vloggers.
We're cooking bootubers.
Yeah.
No.
We're cooking bootubers.
No, that's what I'm putting. Cooking on BooTube.
Cooking on BooTube,
Can I cross through text?
which is clearly
I think
inferior.
So.
Probably, yeah. There's probably a strike through
Go to
in the text stuff up in the top by the
Yeah,
underline
next
and
to edit
everything.
and view and that sort of thing.
If you highlight the text menu in the upper right has like
Left, upper left.
or somewhere there's a thing that does like underline and bold and stuff, and there should be a strike through there maybe,
Yeah.
or it's under format in the menu. They sometimes
Yeah.
hide it. You got it? Okay.
I'm just gonna
Yeah. Cook on BooTube. This brings me back.
It does a pretty good job of playing spooky music.
Yeah, buddy.
Local high school's doing Adam's Family. If you guys want to see that tomorrow
Nice. Cooking
That's
BooTubers.
funny.
Boo.
Genuinely bummed to miss it.
All right.
All right. Something I'd forgotten last time is so everybody should have one card in their hand from age 3. You can also discard another card and replace it. But if you guys want to discard 2, I'll give you one from.
Okay.
Because we should have done that last stage. I just forgot.
That's fair.
But if you don't want to discard, you can hold on. to
I
what you
will
have.
discard a 1 and a 2
Cool.
for 2.
It'll be a 2 and a 3.
Yay.
Oops.
I'll give you 2 1s for a 2 and a 3.
Yeah.
Bum, bum.
Dev?
Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of these 2.
Cool.
Thanks.
Oh, this is cool.
Ooh. All right.
Oh, I like this. Okay. I think it's you first, Spencer. No, is it? No, it's Jordan first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
J-Rod?
Ooh, I don't know what word I'm going to apply this to, but I have an action.
Nice.
Taboo.
Ooh.
So what was previously a common word is now only uttered in hushed tones or euphemism.
Nice.
So
Chef?
I think there's a lot of good options.
yeah, there's a lot of them.
Missionary?
I think
It's like gotten too scary.
I think maybe missionaries is too new. I want to alter one of our original words from the
Jeff-
first round.
And chef feel
Jack
like
and
easy.
chef. Yeah.
Yeah.
And raising could become like
Raising.
yeah, raising could, like-
raising could be the hot button issue of the
Yeah.
day.
And we're going to explore the taboo in the scene. So,
Yeah.
I like
and it
that.
also may have outsiders. It says explicitly. So,
Ooh,
raising
yes.
could be really good. It's like a taboo thing. Like maybe something goes horribly wrong because of it, linked back to Dark Day. Like we've got a lot that is kind of pointing towards raising being a problem.
Yeah.
yeah. I'm done.
Okay,
Yeah.
so raising is now taboo. That's really all that changed.
Alright.
And the prompt, it says in the conversation, explore the taboo, and the prompt is what was once common. And it may have outsiders. I would say maybe we could have an outsider in the early part, so we could explore what went wrong, why it's taboo now.
So one thing that we need to think about is with something becoming taboo, like raising was a vice that was already kind of looked down on. You know, so it wasn't something that you would like just openly do all the time. So with it becoming taboo, I think it needs to become a thing to where like it was kids might talk about get together, and now you wouldn't admit to anybody.
I think it's like the coven leaders. We
something
like
went
put our foot
terribly
down.
wrong.
Yeah,
We're like something
Yeah.
went terribly wrong. And we're like no more raising,
Okay.
like at all.
Okay.
So do we want to do that conversation? Maybe like us talking with one of the outsiders and just kind of letting them know where our stance is on it now.
Yeah,
Okay. Cool.
yeah.
Volunteer for an outsider. All
Yeah,
right.
okay. So you're one of the new witches who've joined our coven from one of the towns nearby, and you're talking to Hogarth and Rowley, the coven leaders.
Boy, howdy, is it nice to have a home again. It's just, been so long living on the road and in the back of vans and boxcars.
Brunhilde,
Good to have
we
a roof over our heads.
welcome you with open arms. What is ours is yours.
But not exclusively open.
Yes.
There are some things that we would like to address, and I don't want to assume or say that
Well,
you're
Hogarth,
what
just
would
get to
that
the
be?
hunting point.
Yeah, okay. So we think that maybe raising is a little more common and accepted in your coven than it is gonna be here.
Oh yeah, it's great fun.
Wait,
Whenever
look,
the kids have a little bit of liquor, and then we, dive into that cemetery.
They're doing it
oh,
drunk?
the fresh,
Oh, no.
I
the
told
fresh dirt.
Okay,
All right.
Brunhilde.
The riz.
Take a boil.
Yep. Let's bring it down. Try not to get angry.
Where's
This
the
is new, calmer Hogarth. Okay. So raising is not gonna be okay here. Like it's gonna
At all.
like I don't want you
like
to.
you want us to do it sober.
So I want you to do it sober, but I also want you to do it in another house in another town because you're about to get kicked the fuck.
The hunt out.
The hunt out.
Don't worry, we get one of bumper hour.
Ah, nice.
I'm not sure I follow. I
Look,
thought you were
we're the
accepting us with
we're the
open
chefs
arms.
here.
I thought you were witches.
Okay.
I think you're a bunch of pansies who are afraid of some
Okay,
ghosties.
Hunt, how about you sit down because your coven already got hunted to extinction, and now that you are left, you want to come in and tell us that raising's totally okay?
Look, we've had some missionaries, and we've had. All right, look, I don't even want to tell you what Beatrice did the other day, but
Last spirit that got raised went to see his family in town, and if that's not a true missionary, I don't know what is. And now they're going to be looking for answers. They're going to be asking people all over town who's raising the dead and who can speak.
and we already know that
Hogarth, this sounds like a you problem. And
Brunhilde, it is a you problem because we know that whoever took out the rest of your sisters is here. So if you
put it
and
that way.
yours do any raising, we are going to have some problems.
I don't want to hear the word. I don't want to hear it discussed. I don't want to hear it planned. If I hear raising one more time, that's the first person.
If I'm browsing someone's thoughts and I see the word raising, we are going to have a talk.
what if I'm in the kitchen and I'm thinking about getting a raisin?
We know what we're talking about. Get it.
Fine.
I love the detail that you're out browsing people's thoughts. Just perusing through. Thinking about today.
That's just
know
what
I was
Rowling
thinking-
does. Just surface thoughts.
I love Brunhilde from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Thank
you.
That was
Oh
amazing.
yeah, we are in.
We're in the Midwest.
Kentucky,
You
aren't
know,
we?
yeah, it counts.
Yeah.
She made her way down.
Yeah. She's been through many covens because she didn't fit in too well.
She just likes to go out rock hunting. It's when you bring a whole bunch of beers into the woods and then you drink them and then you hunt rocks.
Oh man, that was great.
Witches these days.
That was
don't
actually really
understand.
good.
All right. What we bring in. So this is going to be a turn where
Spooky,
instead of
right.
making a new word is going to be imposed upon us. So this is going to be, we already have a word for a concept, and one of our outsiders brings in a new word, and it starts to supplant and replace.
Google gave up on spooky.
It defaults to Lizzo after a while. No matter what we ask it to play.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I think it's
We're all
because
okay with it.
she's a
Google
little
is smart.
spooky. She's got too much power over me. I think
Like
so.
Okay, Google, stop. There we go. Just so that we don't get muted for random.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're gonna replace one of our words.
Ooh.
I like it.
Or not replace, but make a competing thing for it.
Okay.
And does anybody have any initial ideas right now?
Is there any context to the replacement on the card?
So they start they start as whispers, but they grow. Voices that aren't our own gain prominence in our community. I think I want to go for chef.
I was thinking Jack.
Yeah.
So I like those are the two that I was
Yeah.
arguing between because I could see other covens having come up with different ways of handling stuff, and they've made their new word.
Yeah.
Right.
And because it's such a new thing to
Right.
be doing too, I think it works really well for us.
Chef also, like, we're probably the only coven that uses chef as an honorific.
And like because it's an honorific word, like I think it kind of matters and like really shows that somebody is like has a different background when they are using a different honorific.
So what does it actually ask us to do?
We're just going to introduce a word that doesn't come from one of our concepts that covers from one of our aspects, but covers the same concept.
Okay, so it's another
competing.
honorific that comes from like a different coven. Okay.
Exactly.
Cheese it.
So what honorific does Brunhilde use?
Is it cheesehead?
Brunhilde from Wisconsin.
Yeah, what honorific
cheesehead.
would Brunhilde use?
Cheesehead is the honorific.
Yeah.
There
are a lot of like
moose.
pretty orange trees and stuff up there at spooky time.
And we could do a competing one for Ject as well.
Yeah.
I think it works really well for both of those.
Okay, Google, play scary music.
Ooh, there you go.
I think it'll be different than spooky.
Playing 3 hours of scary.
Yes. You're gonna sleep
Very
with that.
specific.
So much scary music. Oh my gosh.
What if it's cheap?
I'm thinking like horns. Like
for an honorific?
Some scary like animal skull in the woods
yeah.
and like leaves.
as an
and-
honorific.
Yeah, that's just the image
that's
that
the
I'm
image.
conjuring up.
I
around
really
an honorific.
like saying like
Chief.
your horns or like
Your
some
horns,
yeah
yeah.
like a devil or something. Like I think that's kind of
Ooh.
cool and witchy and would work.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I like that.
The first idea I came up with off of that is definitely not a good one.
Oh yeah.
Let's leave it. Yeah. Let's see what happens.
Just write it down. It's fine.
What would other covens be doing to hide their magic with mundane things? Like, how might other covens have been using? What other technology other than projectors would be a really good thing to cover up magic?
Other than
A dairy farm.
projectors.
What's up?
Like projectors are the
We're the de facto
primo.
standard. Yeah.
Oh, I think it's
Exactly.
definitely the
Standard.
best. But if like somebody was not as good, like what
Exactly.
might they use?
I mean,
I
like,
think that
just
Brunhilde's
actual
old
decoration.
cult was like an accounting firm, and they were in one of those strip malls where all of the buildings look the exact same. You know, the little office park
So
things.
it's more like camouflage. By
Exactly.
cookie cutter.
Camouflage. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cookie
being
cutter.
bland.
let's,
Yeah,
let's do
cutter.
that. Let's do it cookie cutter.
Yeah, cookie cutter.
Or just cutter.
That sort of thing.
Ooh, cutter.
Yeah.
I like cutter for technology.
Yeah.
So instead of ject, it's cutter.
We
That's
still
a
have
good word.
Ject. We're holding on to Ject. They're
Yeah.
bringing in cutter.
Yeah, they're bringing in cutter. Okay. All right. So, what prompt do we have on that card? I can't see it.
An honest mistake may have outsiders.
Okay. So it's an honest
Maybe
mistake having to do with our
someone-
technology.
Accidentally, like, disconnect stream while we're live.
Okay. So maybe
Not on Dark Day.
Oh, unplugs, like literally just like unplugs the power
they
cord
pulled a
outside.
Steve.
They
This happened to us once actually.
Steve.
We were streaming with the publishers of a game in the office, and Steve got really excited and he went to go look at something on the computer screen, and he literally tripped on the power cord and unplugged the whole stream. And then we got stuck in Windows Update hell when we tried to redo
Oh,
it. So we were IRL streaming on our phone for like 10 minutes
my
while it went
gosh.
through Windows. Yeah. So,
I did that when we tried to play Whitechapel, remember?
So-
I tripped on the aux cable
Yeah,
and unplugged
yeah.
the computer.
As
So
if
I have
Whitechapel was
visceral
a
memories
complicated
of this happening multiple times.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
So for that scene, let's not have the outsider in the scene, but I think let's do the scene between Beatrice Rowley and V.
how do we work the word in? With
So
think
I'm
one of
kind
us
of
is
thinking
adopting
that one of you, I kind of think it's going to be V, is the type who will adopt new stuff
Okay.
quickly.
So
V is
you all
not
can
on
decide.
the
Yeah,
screen.
somebody's adopting the word.
Yeah,
Okay.
or one, and like you can be doing
Yeah.
both as well.
Yeah, switching back and forth. Okay.
Give me a boil, give me a boil. Someone just hunted the Ject. Oof. Okay, alright, we got this.
Do you need
Put it
help?
back together. Nope. No. Stay away from it.
Running updates.
I mean, have you?
Not what we need right now. Alright, okay.
I'm not like super good with cutter, but like I can help you if you want me to.
Cutter.
Yeah.
You sound just like them. V.
Them who?
Them who?
That's not a very nice way. I quite like Brunhilde actually.
You quite like Brunhilde just because she's your new drinking buddy.
Well, she can really hold her liquor.
Oof! I swear, next time you have her as a guest on the cocktail show, just don't even invite me because she
No.
gets drunk and she says some really mean things.
Well, yeah, she does, but it's kind of funny at the same time. Anyways, cutter.
Rowley,
Jess-
can you tell him to be nice?
Look,
They don't speak for us. They're just taking over all of our
They're
stuff.
not taking over anything. Let them bring some of their culture in. We have swallowed them up in ours. They can have one word. Like, let them have
Maybe
one
because
word.
we are the stronger one and we survived.
All right,
and they didn't.
So
Beatrice, if Brunhilde and them can stop doing you know what, like maybe
So far.
maybe we can make a few allowances. You know, just take a boil and let them be themselves in other ways.
I'm gonna be honest. Call it what you want. Cutter, ject. I don't understand it. So what does it matter?
I mean, I'm kind of with V on this. I didn't really get it in the first place.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
It's all
Yeah, all the same to you. Just
Yeah.
Because the Ject hasn't been your entire life for 60 years.
It's all hunting mortal to me.
Yeah, definitely.
I swear, you quadricentennials, just give up on keeping up with the times. You know, some of us do not have that luxury.
Says the person who refuses to update their vocabulary into the 21st century.
Says the person who refuses to update their Twitter bio.
Look,
Twitter's too hard.
you're both being a couple of hunts right now. You need to tone it down.
I would appreciate that kind of language.
You know,
Right.
actually, I like it when they get spicy. All right, we're back up and running.
All right.
And you're live.
Hi guys, we're here for B&B's Makeup Hour.
All right, perfect. All right, an illegal live stream in the age of BooTube.
Ooh,
All right.
You're right.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
You know, YouTube has lives, so...
Oh, it does.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
true.
That was
Anyone
the
use it?
technicality we
We
used
didn't
to be able
tell them
to.
about that.
Yeah, we didn't tell them
Yeah.
about that. Nobody knows that.
Yeah. What? Off screen, Riley's
You know
like,
what?
wait, what? Oh, they just must be recording.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you have a card picked up?
Yes.
Start thinking about cards.
I think I'm gonna
Let's get some cards.
Let's get some cards.
Oh, wait, I already played a card.
I think you have too many cards.
Silly me. I already played a card.
Hunt you!
Oh yeah, was that your card, Spence?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes. That was pretty great.
I think I'm gonna do the Unity saying.
Can you scroll down and check?
When things look their darkest, this is what we say to remember who we are. So, let's see. So just like some words of power. I think you just
Which
like a short
aspect do you want to
phrase.
explore a little?
What's the concept again?
Unity
Unity
saying.
So say we all.
Yeah.
We haven't done the hiding in plain sight
Yeah.
aspect in a while.
Let's do that one. Let's bring it around.
A Unity saying based off of hiding in plain sight.
I kind of like it.
No,
Like,
I love it.
we need to be very careful about protecting ourselves. So
This is the start
unifying
of our
around
sequel
that.
game
Yeah.
with the Thieves' Camp set.
yeah. But we also need to work in the threat here real quick.
Well, I think we'll definitely be able to work the threat
Yeah.
in the scene
Yeah.
with kind of the because I'm thinking of a saying that you could say covertly
Yeah.
Ooh.
is how I'm thinking. So it's something that we
How
can
about-
use now that we are around other people more and will be that we
Right.
have this Unity saying to unite us when we're out.
How about may the night cover you?
I think that's some shit that I would think was weird as hell if I heard somebody say
But would that
Yeah.
be weird for witches to say?
Well, I mean, I was thinking covert, they could say it at the grocery in front of some.
Since
Okay,
we just, have a creepy house now.
Yeah.
Maybe something about getting decorations for the house. That sort of
Oh
thing.
yeah. What if it was
dress the
something about
windows. that
getting
sort of
ready for
thing.
dark days?
Dark days.
Mm.
Dark days.
Maybe something like it's getting cloudy or something like that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Clouds are coming in.
Clouds will cover.
It's getting darker out at night.
Days are getting shorter.
Ooh, I like that. The days are getting shorter.
Or just short days.
Short days.
I think that's short enough.
Yeah,
benign
short days.
enough. I think it can
Easier to
still-
work into conversation.
Yeah, short days.
Short days.
All right.
Shackles and cuffs.
Shackles and cuffs.
Short days and cuffs.
Time for courage. We have outside.
Time for courage.
Time for courage. That definitely sounds like we're going to be dealing with the threat in this one.
I think I want Brunhilde back in the scene. Can I request Brunhilde?
Brunhilde's great.
I like
A
Brunhilde.
scene between Brunhilde and Beatrice.
Yes. We'll all just sit back and relax, have a new drink.
They do have some tension.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It's good. It's like they never talk.
Okay. Time for courage. Maybe something with the witch hunters for sure. So something about like either needing to fortify the house more, or we're gonna say something.
What if it's just a selection of characters literally out of the house,
Okay.
and they are just like they just like are out doing something, and they have an encounter where they worry that somebody might be following them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe it's like Hogarth and V and Brunhilde.
Sure. Sounds good.
yeah.
All right. What are we off to do? What are we trying to do?
I mean, I don't think it matters. Like we're just at the grocery store. We're at Michael's or something.
You're getting decorations because we decided that we were gonna like decorate the house and not just rely on the projections.
Yeah,
It's like
so we're out like actually just buying like
just like
supplies.
buying directions.
A hunt.
Hi.
Hi. Okay. So,
Yeah.
Happening?
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
No,
No.
you're fine. Not at all.
You said yeah. I heard yeah.
As in, this is happening.
Oh yeah,
Bear
this
has been,
is a wonderful
supervising.
companion.
Yeah,
She's guarding the
She's
door.
our familiar.
doing a great job.
Okay. So let's say we're in the grocery store.
Okay.
Okay. Can you make sure to get 2 bottles of vodka this week, B? I don't think it was enough. Or sorry, B's not
Brunhilde.
here. Brunhilde.
Well, they're both B.
Oh
Sorry.
no! Did you get replaced?
Yeah.
No!
Sorry, I didn't mean to call you that.
Wait, Charles, do you have a mustache now? Oh my God! Stop my beating
There's a
heart.
man crawling on our floor. Please help. Please
A
help.
man with a mustache crawling on the floor.
Oh.
Charlie, you forgot our box.
He's
You-
not even
you
on
can't-
camera, but
you're
he's
really
calling
not.
anyways.
It's so good. It's so worth it. So,
Yeah.
just for context, our roommate Charlie is army crawling his way into the kitchen.
And he's not even where the camera could see
He
him
could
anyways.
walk upright and has no chance of getting on camera.
He's taking this opportunity
Yeah.
He
to
is
move in
carrying
the way that he feels
a
most comfortable.
probably 4 foot long cardboard box with him as he crawls.
There he goes.
There you
Go,
go.
Charles,
There he
go.
goes. All
Quite
right,
the
so
adventure. All right, yeah. So
I'm sorry. I didn't
You're
mean
at
to
the
call
store.
you that.
Oh, that's quite all right, honey.
yeah, no, it's fine. I mean, like we're all here and we're safe. I don't think I was worried that we were being tracked, but I think we're in the clear. I kind of want to maybe like form a small circle and cast a small spell, but like I don't know.
Oh, Hogarth, you're always such a worrywart.
Yeah, I definitely am. But I mean,
You know what we said in my what was it? 2 covens ago now? Yes, up in Illinois.
That's too many.
Oh, the dang hunt's always after us. Well, we said short days.
yeah.
Short days are coming. And you know what they were?
That
Yeah.
doesn't sound like a good thing.
No, it was a terrible thing. They all died and I fled and now I'm here. Well, and then there was Indiana, but we don't talk about that.
I try not to. It's a terrible place.
It is, truly.
But a spell can't hurt. You can do a little protection circle.
I mean, like, I don't know. It's just, I'm always, I don't know what the best way to respond to like actually having hunters in our town is just, like, how do you hide from them anymore? Like, now we've got, like, the Jeks don't seem like they matter at all. Your, cuttings, what is it you guys call them?
You're allowed to drink this in the store, right? If you're going to buy it.
Cutters, get with the times, Hogarth.
Okay. All right. Brunhilde, just you stay there and drink that, and we'll leave separately. And that way, if we are being followed, at least he'll have to choose where he's going to go, and we can try and lose him in town.
He's gonna pick her.
I know he's going to get her.
Oh, all right. Short days, my friends.
Short days.
They forget that I'm the one who escaped from the sole survivor. That's me.
Alright, short
We're
days,
still
Brunhilde.
here.
Oh,
Let's head out there.
yeah. Short days, what's that all about?
God. How have you
Right,
survived
well-
anything?
All right, at first the accent was cute, and now it's really wearing on me.
Yeah. I'm glad to hear that at least someone thought it was cute for a while. The little hunt's been ready to. I've been ready to kill the little hunt for a while now.
Egad, sounds like it's time for me to move on.
Any boil now, I'm gonna take her out. Just keep thinking about how. Well, anyway, short days.
Short days.
Short days!
No, nothing. Kind of turned into a salutation there at the end.
And as they walk away,
Ah!
reaching from the aisle around the corner, Brunhilde.
Yeah, I don't know if you can tell Jordan was peeking around boxes
did you
behind me the whole
do?
time behind. He's the hunter.
I was a hunter in the next aisle over, peeking
Oh,
through
Jesus.
things in the aisle. Like it was a library.
All right, that's
I was
our,
just talking to Bearcat.
that is our Unity setting.
Yes.
Yeah, Brunhilde definitely got guy.
Yeah.
She got God,
Like,
and now
right
we,
after that.
Now we say that with like a lot more.
Yeah, now we actually mean it when we say it.
Yeah.
That was, I think we were seeing the scene of like where it started, and then we just kept doing that after that.
Yeah.
Poor Brunhilde.
Oh,
All right, guilty.
Peace.
what a sweet girl.
You get the last card of the,
The very last card.
Oh,
Have you gone?
I have.
That was
Yeah.
yours?
That was mine.
Oh boy.
I guess it's
Oh, mine.
not the
Choose
last
well.
one. We get these two.
Yeah.
Poor Brunhilde.
One last word that we'll get to use.
You know, I kind of liked her.
Yeah.
She had her uses.
I'm gonna go with friend.
Aww.
Aw.
Yeah. Friend is gonna go around witches.
Okay.
Yeah. So, this type of friendship is unique to the isolation, a bond that comes from a shared activity or a particular way we regard one another.
What is
So,
oh, go
I
ahead.
guess this could include the new witches because, you know, they're witches.
Yeah.
They're our friends now.
They're our
too.
friends. Yeah.
I was going to say
Some of our
a
friends.
Brune. Because poor Brunhilde.
Aw.
A Brune companion.
Yeah, you're my Brune.
Oh no. Like a bruh.
like a boon companion.
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah.
brood.
Yeah, a Brune.
Brood. Yeah,
Brune,
precious
Brune
brood.
companion.
Yeah. I think you guys probably tell some tall tale about how she died.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
Like
Yeah. But it's-
defending you.
No, it's the opposite way.
Oh,
she
yeah,
like
yeah.
tripped into a porta potty, and then the porta potty tripped downhill, and then it fell into a volcano.
Okay,
She
so
got
you
out.
told that story. Raleigh told a different
Raleigh
story.
wasn't there.
Yeah.
That's why we're all
Yeah.
told differently.
Yeah.
Raleigh's the hunter.
Raleigh read Hogarth's thoughts and told
Yeah.
a different story.
Jesus.
I like a Brune.
All right, let's do it.
Well, what's the name of the three witches that like show up together in like Shakespeare and stuff?
Like the double
Fates?
double
The
boil in
Fates.
trouble.
You could be fates together.
Ooh, you're my fate.
Fun. That,
Yeah.
I
I like that a lot.
I think it kind of works in like
Yeah.
a couple of
Sweet.
ways.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
Fate
Let's
sounds
do
kind
it.
of like Bay to me.
No, you're my fate.
Oh, yeah.
Aw, fate.
Yeah.
Oh, fate.
Oh, Fate.
Fate caught me slipping.
I like it.
Yeah,
Alright.
fate. You're my fate to
I'm gonna
come
spell it with an AE though,
All right.
Cool.
like Bay. Or fairy and like the
F-A-E-T. Fate.
Yeah.
Like it.
Fate is friend.
Not food.
Yeah. Alright. And the prompt for our last card is a revelation among friends.
Fates.
Among fates. Yeah, a revelation among fates.
Okay. I think. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I mean, it could be like a coven meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a good time to just like have a scene with the four of
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
And then
Let's do a meeting.
I think the revelation. I think we all know it's going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'll leave it to you.
I'm glad you all gathered here.
Yeah.
Hogarth and the other two of us have something that we need to tell you all.
So, in one of our recent scries, we saw that the hunters have located our home. They won't be able to, or it seems like they're not planning on making any sort of move. But I think that this is a good time to cling close to your fate. And I know we've had a lot of conflict. You know, there've been boils where I don't think there were many words uttered other than hunt.
Yes.
But
And I know that not everyone considered Brunhilde a fate, but
No, she was
her
my
loss was a devastating blow for the Coven.
I mean, as much as it pains me to get rid of all of my very successful shows, we have to shut it down.
At least for a boil.
No, Chef.
I mean,
Really?
there's no option to continue this while they have located us specifically. And honestly, we were probably more foolhardy than we should have been.
I mean, if you ask me, I feel like all this cutter in here was probably giving us away anyways.
I mean, the cutter, the ject, like who knows what it's doing out there.
Sure, just blame it on the cutter, blame it on the ject. When things get hard, blame it on whatever's new. You people couldn't tell that there have been missionaries for years.
Look,
This is not the ject.
enough with the cunting conflict. Short days.
Short
For
days.
days.
B's right. You tried hard. It isn't the fault of the Jeks. There were missionaries that we missed, Before we had actual humans at our doorstep, there were, missionaries that we should have seen.
Plus, the whole you-know-what got out of control.
Yeah.
Hunt damn Comcast guy.
But I think now the only decision we have to make is, do we grab our fates and scatter to the winds so they can't follow us, or do we band together and defend?
I don't think there's an option there.
There's always the option there.
Where do we run to if we leave? This is our home.
How do we run and keep our fates by our side?
If I was in
Those
a,
are diametrically opposed.
if I was in a coven that I felt like was just going to abandon its fates as soon as it was convenient to do so, I don't think I would have joined it in the first place. This is not who we are.
Indeed. If we want to make it to another dark day, we need to have a plan.
I mean, we'd break off into groups. Me, Rally, Shasta would each take a small set of witches.
No,
I'd go back to Raisin before that.
absolutely not.
Beatrice.
I mean it.
I mean,
Hunting
excuse
said
me,
it.
yeah, that's a hunting stupid idea. And I let you guys do your thing and rule this coven, but that's not something that's gonna fly.
That ain't it, Chef.
Yeah,
All right,
it's a good place to end the scene.
entering the legacy. So we either need to choose. Side by side we stand. The compound was supposed to keep us apart from the outsiders, but here we are together. The doors are open and people move freely between isolation and the world beyond the walls. Don't think we really have that as an option. The other one is, all we wanted was a home for our own, but the strikes didn't stop. We kept the compound operational for as long as we could, but eventually the loss was too much. We had chosen this solitude, and they took that from us. Maybe one day someone will find our tattered home. Will it mean anything to them? I think that's going to be
Yep.
the end.
That's-
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, but that's not the end of our game. Last stage of play is going to be these cards. Here,
The hunters got us.
one for everybody.
But we're going to find out a little bit more detail right
We'll
here.
get just a little more. This is a little more character afterwards. So after completing age 3, so this will be the epilogue after that stage. So everybody has a card with a prompt, and you will choose one of those options, and it's specific to your character.
Unless it says other.
Oh yeah.
Mine says it could also be the isolation as a whole.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Do you want to start us off, Jordan? Since yours might color ours.
I don't actually have a good idea yet.
Okay.
I can start us off.
Sure.
So mine is going to be a ritual for the dead, and so I think that as people are dying, that V is probably going to create this kind of ceremonial makeup that you can kind of garb to honor other dead witches, and so just putting that on, and then I like to think that V makes it out alive somehow and is out there in the universe, sometimes donning that makeup, and remembering his old coven.
Putting on his Brunhilde face.
Yes.
And just to clarify, everybody's card can affect the whole isolation, and it doesn't have to come from your character. But I think
Yeah.
we've always played that way, where it's like something
Yeah.
your character is like leading.
Yeah, no,
you.
I was just reading here. It says it may be about your character or the
Yeah,
isolation
yeah,
as a whole.
Yeah.
So,
All right. What can be learned from the rubble and ruin? So I think what we see in this bit of epilogue is actually going to be like maybe another 100 years later, and it's like a group of like young like techno witches, and they're like picking through, and they actually like pull out like this projector. But it's like not plugged into anything. It's just like, like a torn up thing, like out of the ground. It's got like a little like burn marks or whatever. And they were like, so this would have actually been one of the first ones like that. And they are just touching it and it like animates on its own. And you see like this like projection of Beatrice and Hogarth like experimenting and like doing some spell. And then like in that projection, they're like, I don't think it did anything. And then it's like the three witches going like, so this was literally the first spell that witches ever cast that started to integrate into technology. That's all it is.
That's interesting.
I'm gonna go with a grave misunderstanding.
Ooh.
It's a pun.
Yeah. Ooh.
I see what you
One
did
last
there.
fun for Spooktober.
Yes, for Guiltober. I think after the hunters have picked off like a good number of the coven, Beatrice decides to make a stand, and Hogarth decides that everyone is leaving, and Beatrice decides to make a stand at the house and raises like literally half the cemetery to create some chaos situation that ultimately covers for the witches who flee getting away, but also ends in a whole lot of bloodshed and angry spirits and upset townspeople and pitchforks and I think maybe Beatrice on a stake, but yeah,
You were a true fate to the end.
it's true.
All right. Mine is a moment of deja vu. So it's about 50 years later, and we've reached the point of the early stages of what Spencer was describing in terms of techno witches. Rowley's still more of a regular witch, old school, but some in her in their new coven are really embracing this new techno witch wave, techno witchery, maybe. And one of them has their they've started doing like implants in their arms to help them cast spells and things like that. And one of them shorts out and they start cursing at it, and they just get really frustrated, and they ask one of the other ones to help them fix it, and that one kind of sighs and rolls their eyes and like, every time you ask me, and Raleigh just turns to that one and is like, you really remind me of someone that I once knew.
Oh,
It's pretty good. All right, that's the whole
Rip
game.
Beatrice.
Yep, Rip Beatrice.
Both of your characters died.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, you experienced an
double death.
double death.
Yeah.
Yay!
Awesome. That was really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah.
And
Cheers to Spencer. Thank you for GMing.
Yes, there's not much GMing in dialect.
Yeah,
But I'll
Yeah,
take
good
all the
job.
credit
Put the
anyway.
words on
That's
the
right.
screen.
Yeah.
and
I
did
did.
a great
I did
job.
type the words
It's
on the
true.
screen.
Yes.
I
It
like
came out
the
okay.
words on the screen.
They
I
do.
think we could do this again even and
Yeah.
get better. And,
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
But that is a good point, is that dialect doesn't require a lot of GMing. So if you are interested in playing more indie RPGs and story games, but are feeling kind of anxious or nervous about having to be the one who does all the things, there's honestly not a ton of the things you have to do to enjoy this game.
Are you
So
okay?
It's good for beginners.
Yeah.
Yes.
My roommate is still crawling on the floor.
Yep.
It's a
thing
different
now.
one now.
She has a cider.
True
Way
dedication.
downtown.
Make him
All
all
in
All in
So
mask.
the best part about
Faces
this,
past.
I've got
Ooh,
to
she's homebound. Yeah! Safe.
just for context, the place she's crawling is like 10 feet over this way, so it's so far off camera.
Yes.
Makes no sense to hide
That
that.
makes it better.
No.
So, if you all want to check out
She's drinking her
Dialect,
victory cider.
Oh yeah, let me put in a link a bit.
you can click
thank
on
you.
the image below the
Click
stream
below.
in the panels where it says Dialect,
Hells yeah.
and unless I screwed it up, that should take
No,
you
it's
to their
fine.
website.
Look at that.
So-
Oh, Bearcat's like, let me in.
So we definitely recommend checking this out. There's a lot of good GM-less storytelling games out there. This one caught my eye in particular because of the way that it evolves the language. I think that's very unique, and I think it's really cool. Like, GM-less storytelling games are all about finding ways within the game mechanics to give people prompts to work with, and I think the prompt being the language itself is just so compelling. And hopefully you could see as we went on the game, we were all trying to go back through all the words that we had and work them in. And like, you know, at some point, Rowley always trying to be the hip witch, like switch from Jack to Cutter and like,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
things like that.
That's
So it's just like, I think it's
Hello,
really
fellow
cool.
bitches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like nice,
no.
easy GM-less games like this, I think are so good for people who play other RPGs because it gets you into the way where you can start to talk about collectively the story. Because it happened like probably a dozen times that we were like, I'm thinking maybe this or this, and I don't know. And like a traditional D&D game, you very rarely get that kind of conversation. But when somebody does, you can make awesome decisions together.
Yeah, I agree. I think collaborative storytelling is just an amazing, beautiful thing when it goes well. And I think that that's something that comes out very strongly in GM-less games. Not that games that have GMs can't be that way, but there's a lot of like the story being directed by the person who's running the game. And so the kind of storytelling and role-playing that I personally enjoy tends to go towards that like very self-directed among the players.
You don't have the option to sit back and just be this passive little like make one decision at the end of every page.
Yeah.
Choose your own adventure kind of thing. Yeah, that goes away.
Yeah.
And if you're in the Bay Area, you're supporting local game creators, Kate and
Yes.
Con of Thorny
That's
Games.
true.
So always
They're
love to
awesome.
support local
Yeah.
creators, and
Incredibly
they're
awesome.
such sweet people who have
Yes.
made this game and a couple of other language-based games if you're language nerds like we are.
Oh,
So
man. I'm just so eager. How much time do we have to talk about stuff?
We can talk about a lot in the post show here for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are
So
we flipping it to post show or are we
Yeah,
just do
yeah.
that in post?
yeah.
So we won't do a review thing for this because we played Dialect a bunch before. But before we finish up here, I do want to thank Devon and Spencer
Yeah.
for joining us. They're here from Play the Bay. If you're in the Bay Area or if you're passing through, keep an eye out for their events. They're awesome. I think there's some commands in chat as well for them. So please come back and join us on the stream again because we had a fantastic time.
Good luck keeping us away.
Does that work?
It
I
should.
just want to play Sign now.
Hello.
Yes. But that's all we have for
Do the
you
Spencer
all
command. Do the
tonight.
Spencer.
So if you are watching live,
It's here.
stick around a few moments for the post show and we will see you very, very soon. But until then, goodbye.
Thanks for coming to our house.
Look, I've got my own command that says that I'm Rat's Bottom.
It